Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? Yes, sir, yes, sir. It's JB the Cowboy fan. Yes, sir, we back. Yeah, I'm gonna let a few people get up in here before I get started on this. Dak Prescott done got George Pickens. They finally got they got what they wanted uh from Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. They've been begging and crying for a number two receiver. Actually, Pickens is a number one. So now Dak got two number one receivers. He has two number one receivers now. Ah, let's get it. Let's get it. No more excuses for this clown, bro. No more excuses. The real fan, what's up, bro? Let me get this. Yes, sir. Come on, camera. What the hell? There we go. What up, real fan? They still have Dak the Duck. Exactly, bro. Man. They swear we going to the Super Bowl now since we done got Pickens. It's going I want to see how they're gonna adjust. How's Pickens gonna do in this locker room? They didn't want Diggs from Houston because they said he was a cancer. So George Pickens ain't no cancer, but I like George Pickens though. I like his talent. I like what he brings to the table. But they didn't want Dez because they said he was a headache. Is Pickens not a headache? Because if you were Mike Tomlin, he gave AB what 9, 10 years. AB was with Pittsburgh, and he was more of a headache than he was more of a headache than GP. So is Dak gonna be able to handle that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. The real fan, his contract will still keep them from signing other players. Yeah, that's why they had to go on. You know, they had to catch Pickens in the situation where they didn't have to give up too much money. Hell, they just gave up picks. They just gave up picks for GP. But I can say I like the addition, but my problem is the quarterback. Because Dak Prescott has had he's had plenty of help before we got Pickens. He's had plenty of receivers. He has plenty of weapons. That's why, to me, I like what they did to get Pickens. To put that number two over there. But they was acting all happy and giddy when we got Cooks in 2023. All this shit they talking about Pickens now, what he's going to bring to the office, that's what they were talking about Cooks. And then they turned on Cooks. But Cooks, before he left, said they didn't use him properly. Huh? They didn't use him properly. Drew 912, what's up, Drew? Hey, Dak has no more excuses now. The Dak fanboys are worried now because the excuses are now gone. They have solidified the offensive line. One thing on defense, I wish they would have got a D tackle first or second round, but they didn't. They got 2 in the 7th. I think they still might get a D tackle in free agency somehow in a trade. But other than that, he's got a conglomerate of running backs. The offensive line is straight. Defense probably going to be back intact. So this guy has no more excuses, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. He ain't got no more excuses. Zero. And my thing with that is, they say, and which I've seen, GP, he's a 50-50 receiver. He's a back shoulder receiver. He's a tight coverage that can go up and fight for the ball receiver. Didn't we have that with Dez? Didn't Dak play with Dez? And Dez was a 50-50 baller when he was with Romo. He balled with Romo. Him and Romo had that connection. They blame everything on Dez that Dez couldn't get right with that. So I'm trying to figure out GP. He's a 50-50 receiver. I don't see how they gonna work out together because Dak he's scared to throw the ball when somebody covered. You got to be wide open for him to throw it. I don't know, bro. I don't know about that right there. Because even with CD Lamb, hold up, even CD Lamb looked at him funny. He told CD Lamb it was that game actually against Pittsburgh. He told Dak, man, jump ball, man. Throw that shit up. What Dak do? Hold on, let me play this video. Hold on. I don't need to hear that music. But just check out, look at CD. Jump ball. Jump ball. You what he's saying? Jump ball. Now, how you got a receiver like Dez, a 50-50 ball receiver, then you got CD Lamb telling this guy to throw the ball, and he can't even do that. He's not. I don't see how that's gonna roll with that with Pickens. Now, I'm not taking away Pickens' talent because he is gonna open up. You know what I'm saying? The offense a little bit. You can't double CD. You know what I'm saying? It might open up the run game a little bit more. But my thing with that is you need a quarterback that's going to threaten that defense, threaten that secondary for them to back up. And nobody fears Dak. They don't fear Dak. They don't care what receivers they got. He's still going to throw picks, Drew. 912. It doesn't matter now because the Dak supporters said all Dak needed was weapons. So they didn't care about the defense. Right. They kept saying, let's put weapons on the offensive side for Dak. Facts. Dak should score 50 points a game now. I doubt that. They might put up some points, but what is that going to equate to? That shit ain't going to equate to W's, especially W's in the playoffs. That's why I ain't even studying the regular season shit. We're probably going to go about 6-11. I don't even think we're going to make the playoff. They all hype talking about we going to the Super Bowl now because we got George Pickens. Man, please, I don't think that shit going to matter too much because you still got Dak at quarterback. This guy has had plenty of weapons throughout his career. And what has he done with those weapons? What has Dak Prescott done with those weapons he's had for the majority of his career? You feel me? I don't even see that shit happening. Huh? I'm gonna play this video by I don't know, y'all might have heard of Koye Media. He made this video Dak's rookie season with his connection or disconnect with Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? He made so I don't see how Dak is gonna succeed with this guy. I'm sorry.
In this video, we're going to go through a series of incompletions, let's just say, and miscommunications between Dak Prescott and Dez Bryant. You have people in the media who kind of pissing me the fuck off, excuse my French, but they are, when they discuss Dez Bryant as if his skills have diminished so much overnight that he just can't play and it's abysmal. I watch Jerry Rice, I watch Tim Brown play late into their careers, and T.O. as well. These guys, you know, weren't as dominant as they were in their early career, but with a good quarterback, they still were putting up numbers. And it's not because Dez is he's not a horrible route runner where it's like, okay, his routes are so, you know, nasty that he just really can't get open. He's not that guy. They're talking about him like he's a tight end or something. Dez Bryant, if you watch these plays, he is open on quite a few plays. And even when he's not open, Dez is still open. But I'm not a
All
Dez
right.
Bryant fan. I am a non-biased Cowboy fan. It's just the fact that I give blame and accountability where it's due. And Dak Prescott is accountable for Dez's lack of production, whether the media, Dak, or the Cowboys organization want to admit it or not. That's another story.
Hmm.
But at this point, I feel like the media is being fed
Damn, he
a
open.
certain narrative and feeding it to us because there's free agency, and then
I,
there's also the request that Dez actually take a.
I look at GP as Dez 2.0. So, because Dez wasn't like this a profession at route running, but with his talent and his knowledge and his skills, he could get open. He could be double covered and still be open sometimes. He'll still grab the ball out the air. I don't see Dak being able to connect with George Pickens like he couldn't connect with Dez Bryant. So it look all good, but
Pay cut, and because he doesn't want to, I think the media is
uh-uh.
actually applying pressure to this man's paycheck, which he actually earned. He earned this check. He's not a bum. He's not washed up. Des Bryant has earned every dollar, and even this season, he's earned it. I saw Des actually should be getting paid some cornerback money this year because he's actually played defensive back quite a few times. Dak threw 13 interceptions, but he would have thrown 20 or more on a few occasions where Des actually jumped up and slapped down poorly placed balls by Dak Prescott. You'll see it
That would have
against
been
the
a
Rams
pick.
when he throws to the end zone. It should be Des has inside leverage. If he lobs the ball to the inside, there's no way that Johnson can run through Des and make a play. But Dak throws the ball where Des can't make a play over the outside shoulder
And
where
they
the
wanted to
defender
blame
has inside
Dez.
leverage, which makes zero sense. And it's like that's what Dak generally has done
That was on Dez. He
through
just
most
dropped
of
that one.
these highlights that I've videotaped.
God
You'll look at the
damn.
leverage of the defender against Denver. Akeem Talib had inside leverage on 4 or 5 different plays. Like clearly standing inside that on Dez's inside shoulder, like all the way.
This guy just
And Dak
wow.
will still throw the ball to the inside. When Akeem is probably looking at it like, what the hell is he doing? Because he's only standing there to take away the slants and the dig routes that Dez may run, and Dez wasn't running slants or dig routes, which is why he was standing in with the inside leverage position. So he's not expecting Dak to place balls inside. He's trying to deter him from doing so,
Damn,
and
he
Dak
threw that
still
one
does it.
way. Man,
Makes
that's
no
what I'm
sense.
saying,
Dez is
bro.
smart enough to know not to run inside. So on those plays, he's running outside routes, breaking routes outside, fly routes, go routes, jump routes, back fades, things, back shoulder fades, and Dak's just not throwing.
Hold up. Let me get this comment. Drew 912. When the game is on the line, the quarterback has to produce. Dak can't do it. And that's what a lot of these I see Dak fanboys not they whew. they do not recognize the fact that this guy is not accurate. Well, he got the tight window. He lead the tight window throws. Yeah, because the damn he wait too late to throw the damn ball. Shit. Of course he gonna leave tight window throws when he wait too late and the receiver, the defender is close on the down receiver.
on the ball where it needs to be. He did it on one touchdown against Akeem Talib. He has a tough name. I'm sorry, but he did it once against Akeem Talib. But
Damn, there's wide
after that,
open.
he just kind of
They threw it
lost
right
it.
behind him.
Against the Giants, he threw the ball high to the outside, led him into defenders. He wasn't very accurate at all. And that's not on Des Bryant. But by week 3, I started hearing this narrative, and I'm like, well, maybe these reporters are just looking at statistics. They can't be watching the games because I started reading and seeing this narrative that says Des is amongst one of the highest targeted receivers in the league thus far through week 3 or week 4,
That
and
was a
his
good
production is
pass.
just bad. And they
Finally.
put that on Des. I'm like, well, have you guys watched the film?
Damn, he
How
was
much of
open.
these opportunities are actual opportunities? And if they're not opportunities and he can't catch the ball, then why are we having this discussion? You know, it would be like me
Hmm.
saying you missed a train that never came. It doesn't make much sense. Or if there's a
And that just went
detour
right
on the
off.
bus route
Now did
and
Dak
you
throw a
miss the
bullet to
bus,
him?
the bus isn't coming. It's not there. You can't catch it. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's the way I look at it between Dak And Dez, they don't have the chemistry. They don't
Nope.
have that trust that you need in order to be an elite level
Damn.
duo like a Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, or Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison. They're not that because they're obviously not working enough together one on one. And also, I believe that a lot of it has to do with their offensive coordinator as well. Um, they're not making it things confusing enough for defenses and
Mm-mm.
simple enough for
Is
Dak.
that too
For
damn
Dak to know, hey,
predictable?
on this play, when you see this leverage, throw the ball elsewhere, or throw the ball here, or place the ball this way. Like they need to know when this guy stands here, place the ball in this way, or place the ball in this position or in this spot. And they're not connecting in that way. And I think a lot of that has to do with them not working together enough. Egos are getting in the way, and that needs to change. And I mean, like ASAP.
And that throw looked
The
painful.
fact that at the end of the
Looked
season, I feel
painful
like
for him
Dak
throwing the
kind of
ball.
tried to throw Dez under the bus with the whole "I need to put it right on his face" mask statement. Kind of, ticked me off a bit because that was one. It's not very leader like, and two, not saying that a quarterback should always fall on the sword, but in this
You
case,
got to take some
Dak is
accountability.
throwing shitty passes.
Yeah.
He has to put that on himself, and he is throwing shitty passes. There's no one that can say anything different. Dak can't say anything different in this particular game, because he says he has to put it on
I'm gonna
Dez's
get
face
Dez
mask
killed.
as if that interception was the game-deciding interception, and it wasn't. Dak overthrew Zeke Elliott by like 5 yards for a pick six, which is why they were trailing in the first place. And he didn't say anything about that. That wasn't a pass to Dez. That was Dak overthrowing a five
Look at
yard
Dez.
pass,
Hey,
by a long shot.
ain't that when Dez got up? Ain't that how CD Lamb be getting up now? Ain't that how CD Lamb be? Oh shit! Ain't that how CD Lamb be, man? When Dak be throwing no passes to him, when he be down wild with the passes, underthrowing him, overthrowing him. Oh
I think
shit!
Dak
For
loses. He's
y'all
a very
Dak
strong
fanboys,
guy.
I'm telling
He
you, y'all
loads
gonna be
up on every
disappointed.
throw, and he kind
We
of
do not
telegraphs
have
his
a
throws so that
quarterback.
defenders kind of know when the ball is coming, which makes it a tougher catch, which makes it a tighter defense. And it just doesn't work on the NFL level. Dak
Nope.
has to change his throwing motion. He has to speed up his release. He has to get through his reads quicker. And maybe Kellen Moore, as the new quarterbacks coach, may help him with that. But that is definitely something that's on
That look
Dak
like
and
pass
that the
interference on
Cowboy
that one.
organization needs to address as a whole. Because you'll see in the film, as you've already
Dez was
seen,
constantly
Dez
pissed at
is
Dak.
actually open on quite a few of these
Constantly.
plays, and he still has elite level athleticism. I challenge anybody to comment under this video and tell me one receiver other than maybe Jarvis Landry and
Dak be
Antonio Brown
Dak be
maybe,
making his
who
receivers
could
make
catch
all
that
type of
ball against
acrobatic
Arizona the
catches
way
and
Dez
shit.
did, make 4 or 5 people miss, and then run through another, 5, 6 people at the goal line for a touchdown. There aren't many receivers that can do that. Now, I'm not saying that Dez has the same skill as Antonio Brown as far as route running or speed. He doesn't. But his strengths are his strengths, and they're real.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, diminished.
Damn.
If you put him with a Roethlisberger, a Tom Brady, a Case Keenum this year, and look at Adam Thielen, look what he made him look like. If you put Dez Bryant with a quarterback who just knows how to put some touch on some balls,
Mm-hmm.
no pun intended, Dez will show you what he really is. And it'll be idiotic for the Cowboys to let an athlete the likes of Dez Bryant go
And they
with
let
the
and they
resume
let
that he
Dez
has.
go because of Dak Prescott. I don't even really need to show no more that video. Y'all seen that shit, bro. The real fan. They would have been able to be in better shape with being able to pay other players with a better, cheaper quarterback and Shador Sanders. That's true too, because they could have used all that money that they paid Dak and put that on a lot of different players, man. And boy, we could have a really stacked team. A really stacked team. But now Dak Prescott is loaded for you, Dak fanboys. You Dak fanboy Slurpees, he got a loaded ass team. The draft, y'all was saying how great this draft has been. Then they trade for Pickens. Oh, they are so elated now. We're going to the Super Bowl according to them. 12, 13 wins now. What? My thing is, man, we've had the weapons, we've had the receivers, we've had the running backs, we had the defense. Sometimes that defense can start to run, and I am a little disappointed we didn't get no D tackle in the first round or the second round. Hell, we still could have got one in the third round since they went edge. But the problem is with this team, man, why we're going to fail is because of Dak Prescott. You could put everything around him. You could hire a guy as the coach and put all these receivers, all these. Matter of fact, he got 2 number 1 receivers now. Pickens is a number 1. Pickens is a number 1 receiver. So now Dak got 2 number 1 receivers. No excuses, bro. No excuses. I don't even want to hear that shit, bro. Let me get into this one right here. Let me see what Shady and right there, Shady and James Jones was talking about on Speak, because Shady said it and he been saying it and I've been saying the same shit. And James Jones has critiqued Dak too. He has said that once during, I think, the last season 4, like whatever it was, that Dak need to step up. No, man, boy, let me get to that. Corey B, what's up, Corey? We had everything we needed before, and Dak choked every time. And even I know y'all seen what Zack Martin, I went live about an animated video about what Zack Martin said. He said we had the talent around us. He was pissed because we didn't do nothing with it. Why? Because of the quarterback. That's why we didn't do it. Zack Martin said the shit. What else we need to see, bro? You know what I'm saying? And who else can confirm that other than, the prestige of Zack Martin, what he meant to the team in the offensive line? And if he can recognize that we had all these talent enough to win a Super Bowl, or go deep in the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. Come on, man. It don't matter what talent you put around this guy. He injury prone now. He finna be about 32 years old. I wouldn't put it past that he might suffer a season-ending injury or miss about 5 or 6 games this season. What you talking about? They just swear because we added Pickens, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's like we still got I still think we need to get a bruiser. Excuse me. We need to get a bruiser at running back. We ain't got no bruisers at running back. We got a bunch of third down running backs, scat back running backs. I think the guy they drafted it was the second running back they drafted. I can't remember his name. But they say he's somewhat a bruiser. But your boy Jaden Blue, he got a fumbling problem. Yeah. But I do think with the offensive line, how we built it in the middle, that's really going to solidify that run game. And I think that's going to be a plus. If we had a different quarterback that I knew that could produce, and we got Pickens and CD Lamb, I'll be jumping out my drawers. Because I know that shit'll work. I know that'll put us far in the playoffs. But with Dak Prescott, I can't even get happy. I can't even goddamn be like, I can't even I can't even wish something else gonna be different. I just had no confidence we can give this guy everything, and I still don't think it's gonna matter. This shit not gonna matter. Now one thing they can't be mad at the Joneses, But now all of a sudden I hear them saying, oh, Jerry did his thing. Oh, yeah, I knew Jerry did his thing. Now they all loving Jerry Jones. All this time they've been criticizing Jerry, saying he don't do shit for the team. Jerry has basically put weapons around Dak since 2016. I'm saying 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, shit, 2024 because he had Cooks as the number 2 for 23 and 24. What else the fuck does he need? I wish I could be elated about my team now. But the shit that got me saying is Dak Prescott. He's the so-called leader of the team. So now he supposed to, him and Micah got the same, they lockers by each other. So that's supposed to make a difference. I still don't think that shit gonna make a difference. To me, Micah gonna be goddamn pissed off at this guy. He got all the weapons he need now. All the weapons they were crying that he needed. He needed number 2. He got a number 1. So he got 2 number 1s now. And that's what I've been saying. He needs 2 number 1s. No more motherfucking excuses. He got the weapons around him on offense, and he got weapons on defense now. Because Shamar, what's his name? Shamir James, or whoever that which is crazy. They moved up to get the cornerback who's coming off a fucking injury. So now we got 4 or 5 cornerbacks that have been coming off knee injury. We got Diggs coming off knee injury. We got the rookie last year, Butler. Now that rookie they just drafted, Shamir, I think his name is, the cornerback. He coming off an injury. Who was that? Carson. He coming off an injury. Like, goddamn. We couldn't draft a cornerback that was healthy. Then they moved up to get him. Bro, let me read some of these comments real quick, y'all. Let me read some of these comments. I think I'm going to let me read some of these comments real quick. Hold on. Well, y'all be killing me with these comments, bro. Oh, shit. Matt Burke. What up, Matt? Give a comment. I'm excited. JB is hosting the live thing with no Dak sense. Damn right. Hey, Matt. I know you said something to me about that last time, but I'll let him come in here and get it off. See, when I go to other live streams or something, I comment on a post, they don't even have the nuts to let somebody come in and disagree with them. They kick me out immediately. I say something about Dak they don't like. You come in here, it don't matter to me. I ain't scared to battle your ass. I ain't scared to battle none of them Dak Slurpees. You know what I'm saying? They come talk shit they want to. Shit. I ain't scared to hear no, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, whatever, man. Whatever. Corey B. Yep. Dak may not finish this season. Yeah, man. Shit. Chris E. What's happening? What it do? I like the trade, but if we can't run the ball and stop the run, we right back where we were 2 years ago, depending on Dak. And we can't depend on this guy. That's one thing, Chris E., I wish we would have did, man. Got D-tackled. First round or the second round. We still had a chance in the third round. They didn't do it. See, to me, now, unless they still doing something in free agency, might get a trade or something. I hope they do, man, because we need a D-tackle, bro. We need a hog at that one tech that can consistently stop the run. Yup, the real fan, the Dak fanboy, pretty much admitted Dak can't elevate the team. He hated the debate, team weapons versus team trenches. I think I know who you're talking about too, real fan. Yeah, Dak delusional fan with more excuses. Hey, Dak delusional. They ain't got no excuses now. See, ain't no more motherfucking excuses for his ass this season. None. With Pickens, it's going to look like Dez and Dak 2017. He's not a fit for Dak. I just showed them highlights, Dak delusional. And Go check out Okoye Media. He put that video out in 2016, 2017, I think he put that video out. And he was talking about the connection with Dak and Dez and how Dak couldn't, you know what I'm saying, couldn't get on the same page with Dez. He couldn't throw the back shoulder fade. He can't throw the 50-50 ball. And you got Pickens, a receiver. He's a 50-50 receiver. He's a back shoulder receiver. He's a tight coverage, throw the ball to him receiver. Meaning, if he look covered, but he's open. Dak's not going to throw the ball to a receiver like that. He need a receiver like Amari Cooper that is precise in running routes, that he know he's going to be open. That's where Dak can succeed. He's not a quarterback that just, like Romo and Dez, man, Dak ain't going to never have that connection with Pickens. Corby, what did Dallas give to Pickens? They gave a future third round, and I think it's 2020 in the next draft. They got a third round pick, and then in 2026 or 7, I think they get a fifth rounder or some shit like that. They get 2 picks. I know that. I know one of them is a third rounder. That's what they gave up on. But he got his contract. He on his last season on his contract. So is Jerry Jones them just gonna let this year play out? You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna sign into a deal? We're gonna have to see about that one right there. I don't know. Chris E, I agree, but the running back, but the RB, but the Giants drafted the one we needed. I don't even know who was that. Chris E, who the Giants drafted? It must have been a bruiser, because that's what we need. We need a bruiser at running back, and I don't think we got a true bruiser, because Javonte Williams, man, he stayed hurt. So we got an injured running back. Miles Sanders just be injured too. We got these injured cornerbacks and injured running backs. The fuck? Matt Burke. Wouldn't surprise me, Corby. Remember how Dak's body fell apart on one throw against the Falcons? Yep. Sure did. Matt Burke. 2025 third round, 2026 7th round, and 2025 5th round. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, they got him for cheap. But see, Matt Burke, if Mike Tomlin was ready to let him go, like, hey, they went and got what's your boy from Seattle? Oh shit, they went and got him from Seattle. They was finna just move on for Pickens. Now, how you with Mike Tomlin, who dealt with AB, and they can't deal with Pickens for 3 seasons? He dealt with AB for like damn 10 seasons. And I'm not saying that Pickens can't mature, but if Mike Tomlin said, get the fuck out of here, who's going to be able to handle this guy if CD going off for like 7 catches, 2 touchdowns, and 100 yards, and Pickens only got 2 catches for 50 yards, no touchdown? Who going to be able to handle that? To me, Dak ain't no dog. He can't even handle CD when he pissed CD off. So I don't know about that shit, bro. Night Train, the brand, what's happening? Coco Red on me. Make them hate on me like this lush. Matt Burke. Yeah, Shamar James. That's who it was. Yeah. That delusional. That got the best receiver corps again. Here comes a new excuse. Yeah. Right now, what they saying, that got the best tandem of wide receiver in the league. In the league. He got the best 2 wide receivers in the league, bro. They comparing them to what's the Cincinnati receivers? I don't know why I be drawing a blank on them. T. Higgins and goddamn, I can't know why, because he be killing us. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. Somebody chat to put his name up there for Matt Burke. I wanted Samel Mondon Jr. Fucking Eagles got him in the same round. Bro. Night Train, the brand. Tell fake ass Dak he better win the Super Bowl. Well, hey, Night Train, they're already saying we going to the Super Bowl now. They already saying it since we got Pickens. Oh, it's all Super Bowl talk now. Same thing they've been saying all those other years. We got Mark Cooper, Gallup, all Super Bowl, Super Bowl. We about to run this shit. Same old thing. Same old thing. Night Train. We on his ass. Corey B. Me too, JB. Damn right. Damn right. Matt Burke. I agree with you, JB. That Dak fan at least allowed discourse. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's why Matt Burke, I discourse with them. Even though they come here and hating, it don't, I'm not scared to, converse with somebody who disagree with my point of view. I've been called so many type of names, bro, in my comments on the chat. I'm not scared to go back and forth. But if you go on their shit, oh man, they got moderators. You say one damn thing about that, they gonna kick you out. I'll be like, damn, why they can't? What's the deal with not being able to hear somebody else's point of view? Even though you might disagree with them, why are you scared to hear it? I think because a lot of times I or other, people who think like I think, what I'm saying, they scared to hear the truth about Dak Prescott. That's what it is. They're scared to hear the fucking truth. And that's crazy. You should be able to be mentally strong enough to have a discourse with somebody, even though you disagree with them. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. But I'm just gonna tell my truth how I see it. Chris E. Yep, I would have spent the second round pick on the DT or running back. Yeah, I even thought that, Chris. I was like, damn, okay. I wanted to go D tackle first round at that 12 pick. I wanted D tackle at that 12 pick. But since we went O-line, that was the trenches what I want. I was like, okay, second round, D tackle. We ain't get D tackle, we got edge. I'm like, well, we need to go D tackle like ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Because after that, I could see us getting a dog at running back because it was plenty running backs. I could see us getting a dog then. Shit. Night Train. This Joe team. hey, Night Train. For real though, because, and I don't wish none on that, as far as injury wise, but it's like Joe might get a chance this season. And him coming with having Pickens and he had the Pickens on one side, he got CD on the other side. We got the two tight ends. We got a stout O-line in the middle. Shit, that might be good for Joe Milton. Joe Milton might take advantage of that shit. Yes, sir. Dak delusional. McCoy is a Dak fan now. They turned him, but Dez is not guilty. His greatest hit. Yeah, Dak delusional. He kind of done went to being a fan of Dak, but I'm not gonna forget that video. You know what I'm saying? I made a video in the past with that in that, but now we got this Pickens trade. My thing is, Pickens is a Dez 2.0, and Dak could collaborate or get on the same page with Dez. So how is he gonna do this with Pickens? Pickens is gonna be another wasted talent that come in here that's supposed to help Dak. Corey B. Pickens is I'm an always open type wide receiver. Yeah, he is. But see, Dak don't have the heart or the gumption to throw that ball to him. He don't have the accuracy or the placement to put it where Pickens can grab that bitch, even when he covered. He don't have the accuracy to put that shit there. And he fears that. You see? Dak fear trying to throw when you got a top dog receiver like that. Even sometimes when he double covered, you got to throw him the ball. Because that's what type of monster he is. But Dak not going to do that. The real fan. That same YouTuber also said we let the front office off the hook when we say they can't afford because of Dak's contract. No, that's bullshit. That's more excuses for Dak Prescott. That's all the fuck that shit is. Just more excuses. That's it. Matt Burke, the Giants drafted Cam Scatterboot. He's a bruiser, JB. Excuse me. That bruise can that boy can scat. He'll pair great with Tracy Jr. Johns. Yeah, okay, yep. Have a dope run game. They got a 1-2 combination now. And that's what I'm saying. I've heard them writing off Russell Wilson, talking about he ain't no good quarterback now. I said, to me, he's still better than Dak. So now Dak in the division with Russell Wilson, a rookie last year that went to the championship game in JD5. You got down Jalen Hurts, a two-time Super Bowl attendee, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. And now you can say Dak now you can clearly say now, and they've been saying it already, Dak has 2 number 1 receivers, and he has the best receiver combo in the league. So you got better weapons than Jalen Hurts. Ain't no excuses, bro. Ain't no motherfucking more excuses, bro. Nah. K-Man, what's up, K-Man? What it do, bro? Cowboys love injured players. Remember when they took Jalen Smith when it was up in the air if he'd be able to ever play again? Sure did. You're right about that, K-Man. They sure did. Then they just let him go because his ankle or his foot, his knee, something, he couldn't actually plant, securely on that foot. It was a name for that injury. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, though. Chris E. OT was the best bruiser in the draft. The one I told you about, Scatterboo? Okay. Check out his highlights. We would be in trouble if they had a QB, too. Hey. Okay, man, you think Dak is throwing 100 yards to CD and 50 to Pickens only if he throws 50? No. Hey, man, they don't even want Dak to throw 25 to 28 times a game is where they got Dak throwing the ball. Now, $60 million quarterback, and y'all limiting his throws in the game? Come on, man. What the fuck is that? Corey, Dak delusional fans will start blaming Shoddy for Dak's fuck-ups. Yeah, that's what's going to come next. Wait till the season starts. And, right now, actually, bro, in a sense, I'm kind of glad they got Pickens. Because my only downfall is I can't get happy because I know Dak not going to do nothing. But now, there is no excuses because the guy got 2 number 1s. I don't want to hear shit this season. I don't want to hear shit about no goddamn excuses, but there are going to be some when Dak started out them being Dak. Kingdom. What up? Milton about to get Dak. I hope. Fingers crossed. Man. With his athleticism and his arm, right now, man, I just think he need to work on his decision making. When he get that down, that gonna be out of here if he don't perform. Yeah, Jamar Chase. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name, Dak Delusional. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. But they got Burrow. Facts. They got Burrow. Right. That's the difference. Dak Delusional. Yeah, my bad. I just did that one. Yeah. That Dallas fan 1997. What's up, bro? What's going on with you, man? What's up? I'm glad you stepped through, man. We got a strong roster this year, but it all comes back to Dak. And that's what these Dak fanboy slurpees, they not looking at it like that. Because the thing is, Dak has had all of this. He's had all this. Ain't the first time Dak had 2 number 1 receivers. Are you kidding me? Corey B, we will get to see Joe Milton this year. We probably will. Matt Bird said, I hope so. I hope so. Caveman, how long until Pickens gets pissed off for being wide open and the ball going to CD in triple cover? I was saying this, he'd be forcing that ball to CD. He's not going to read the coverage. He's going to look straight. What was this first option? Coming to that line, he's just going to be looking at CD, bro. Man, Pickens is going to be pissed off. Hell, CD be pissed, goddamn. He go, man. I just don't see. I like the fact that we got Pickens because I do think he hella talented. Hella talented. He can bring a lot to the team. But with our quarterback, Matt Burke, Jordan Lewis just posted a tweet replying to the Pickens trade saying, confirmation that God wanted me in Jacksonville. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Back delusional fans. NFC Championship game, no less, or it's time to move on, man. I don't care about the regular season. We know what this guy can do in the regular. So last year he was going 3-5. And faked that damn injury. Chris said, damn, I forgot. Russ is on the Giants now. Damn right. Damn right. We got the worst quarterback in the division. Think we're going to be able to do something with this guy? The real fan, they could have moved on from Dak this offseason for $40 million and start over at QB. Yeah, they could have. Sure could have. But you know, Jerry wanna make that money and sell them jerseys, bro. You know, Dak got a big following, bro. For some reason, he got a big ass following, man. And that shit, that shit is a waste because they just believe in this guy due to stats and shit what he doing in the damn regular season. Now I want to get into this video, man. I don't know what Shady and James Jones had to say about this trade, bro. Let's get to this shit real quick.
That it made the Cowboys draft this year seem brilliant. It was good prior to this morning. Now it's brilliant. Offensively, I believe 2 years from now, the Cowboys will have 3 all-pro offensive linemen. Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, Tyler Booker, ballot lineman, running back. I think the Cowboys have a 3-headed monster. Shady can attest to this. It's going to have to be running back by committee. Yeah. You got a super explosive rookie in Jaden Blue. I watched all of his games at Texas. That's my alma mater. You got a power back in Javonte Williams. You got a third down and receiving back in Miles Sanders. Yeah. Tight end. You got a guy that can catch and can block. Jake Ferguson. You can split him out wide. You can put him at the end of the line of scrimmage. And then CeeDee Lamb. Now that George Pickens is there, hey, George Pickens, you're the 50-50 threat. You're the deep ball threat. CeeDee Lamb, you're going to work on nickel backs in the slot. You're going to work on Sam linebacker, on the will back. See, the inside, George Pickens, you work on the outside. It's going to be much harder to double team CeeDee Lamb now that George Pickens is out there. I fervently believe with this acquisition of George Pickens, the Cowboys just became maybe not the best offense in football, but one of the most balanced offenses in football. Yeah. Name another team that has a top 5 receiving duo, simultaneously has a run blocking and pass catching tight end, simultaneously has power backs and receiving backs while simultaneously having an incredibly stout offensive line. This is no small deal and this is no small move, America. This is gigantic for the Cowboys. James, how big a deal is it to you?
Absolutely. I applaud you for your take, but I applaud Jerry Jones. Thank you.
Fact.
What's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the $5 biggie bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Yep. For going out here and making a move. We've been saying number two wide receiver for a very, very, very long time. And not a number 2 wide receiver in Ringo that a lot of people don't know nothing about. You go out here and you give up a 3rd round pick to go get George Pickens, who I believe is going to be a superstar in the National Football League. I applaud Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys for making this move. Because, yes, you just made it easier on Dak Prescott. You just made it easier on CeeDee Lamb. You made it easier on your offense because you brought a guy in that can deliver on the outside. And what I mean on the outside, I mean you just line George up at X, and it don't matter who over there, he knows how to win. Now, like my colleague says, it comes down to number 4.
Yes, sir.
And we will get into that. But with Jerry Jones, what he did, I don't want to hear anybody say you got to help Dak out anymore. Or you got to do this, you got to do that, because he's helping him. And he gave him two bad dudes right now to throw the football to. It's all on number 4 to deliver. But I love everything about this trade. Everything you said is true. They are going to be a balanced offense. Now it's just all on number 4 if he can deliver.
Yeah, it's all on number 4. And we've been trying on this show to get Jerry Jones to listen to us. And take a listen.
CD got
But this is a huge
Shady got
in George Pickens. Very for me, that's what help.
I think he's phenomenal, right? 50-50 balls, he does all that. Big, capable plays of making big plays all the time. That's him. Okay, enough with that. This ain't the first time Jerry Jones has got the Cowboys, Dak Prescott help.
No.
Like, what are we talking about here? I remember when the same guy that y'all used to hate on, talk bad about Jerry Jones, I remember him bringing, like, 2 or 3 years, having the Cowboys one of the best rosters in football. I'm going to go to defense first, then go to offense. On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, a couple years ago, they were phenomenal, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do I need to go through all them names?
No.
Stephon Gilmore. Okay. Defense was phenomenal, right? And then on offense, they signed Brandon Cooks as your number 2. When that day happened, everybody was excited, was they not?
Facts.
You had Tony Pollard as your
Facts. When we got Cooks, they was talking the same shit they talking now that we got Pickens. But then when that shit didn't work out, because for some reason, Dak still was overthrowing Cooks. How do you overthrow a speedy receiver like Cooks? All you got to do is put that shit up in the air and let him run up under that motherfucker. So yeah, they was praising Cooks when we got Cooks. It wasn't a problem then, but since it didn't work out and Dak was the only quarterback, he didn't have 1,000 yards. Oh, get Cooks out of here. Oh, we need a better number 2. Oh, get him out of here. No, bro, that was Dak Prescott. That was his fault.
the number 2 running back with Zeke Elliott. Everyone's like, oh, that's a great move. The offensive line was way better than it is this year, okay? And we talk about Jerry Jones finally giving some help. He's always got help. That's not the issue here. The real issue here is the quarterback. Because all this help he's got, that y'all pat on the back, say how great they are, when they get to the real game and they play well for 16, 17 games, and they get to the playoffs, all the help don't matter. Having a great defense don't matter. Having a great number 2 receiver, George Pickens, don't matter. Because number 4 was matters. And when the lights get bright, he does not deliver.
We'll talk about him, but my question for you here is this. Prior to this trade, Shady, and you were the first one to call it last year when you said, I don't even think the Cowboys going to win 8 games or 9 games. I scoffed at you. I said, come on, Shady. They got 3 straight 12-win seasons. Prior to this trade, I would have agreed. Cowboys are a 7, 8-win team. Dak might get them to 9. After this trade, 2-5, I think the Cowboys are now an 11, a 12-win team. Dak, to your point, hasn't succeeded well in the playoffs, but prior to this trade, I don't even know that they would have made the playoffs. Does this trade move at least the needle for you during the 18 weeks of the regular season to get them?
They always play good in the regular season.
Not last year.
Not last year.
Dak was hurt. He was hurt. I gave him. He was hurt.
Before he was hurt, he was through.
I know, but he was hurt. And when you hurt,
Hold on now. Hold on. Dak was 3-5 before he got hurt. He was playing like trash. He was down there about to lead the league in interceptions. If he hadn't got hurt, he was playing like garbage. Down there, Cooper Rush should have actually went 5-3. That game against Cincinnati, the damn I don't know what was that? He touched the ball on the punt or some shit. I forget who it was. But if he hadn't touched that ball, we could have got that ball back and won. Cooper Rush had a better touchdown to interception ratio. He made the offense, the team look like a damn real team out there. The running game picked up. Why? Because they didn't fear Dak in passing downfield. But for some reason, they feared Cooper Rush. That opened up the lanes for the run game. Because before, it could have been a combination of Mike McCarthy not prioritizing the run game. It could have been a combination of that and Dak Prescott not putting no fear in that defense, a secondary. So,
that matters. I just feel like now it's like, what are we talking about? We're going to always talk about the regular season. He's good in the regular season. He's one of the best in the regular season. That's what he is. The Cowboys ain't a bad team. They're never just a bad team.
They were 3-5.
They had a bad year last year, man, and the quarterback was hurt. Cool. I'm gonna give you that. Okay? But what I'm saying is it's bigger than that. Like, if we're talking about the Jaguars, the Jets, the Falcons, the Saints, I don't know, who else? The Bucks. Regular season matters. It matters. It really does. But for the Cowboys, it don't matter. We're talking about the postseason.
So this trade doesn't move the needle for you.
I mean, I think it makes the offense better. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb together is obviously a great matchup.
Right.
I love that. I love to see that.
Right.
But, like, we sit up here talking about the regular season.
It makes them extremely more competitive, right?
Cool. You're right. Yes.
And to even have a chance to change the narrative for Dak, right? We all agree he doesn't play well. You have to make the postseason,
Correct,
to even remotely get there.
I mean, but if we were gamblers, right, and most of us are,
Yeah, none of us.
if it said and Dak's, I don't know, his last 4 years or his next 3 years, we would bet that he would make the playoffs. We would bet that. I would bet that.
Yeah.
Dak healthy, right? The Cowboys, they're gonna make the playoffs. They beat no matter how bad they are, the Giants this year. That's what they do, right? They might split with the Eagles here, how wherever it goes. They might split with the division, but they're gonna win some games. But enough, though. Can we get off the play?
Today, I'm going to teach you the pink salt trick, or even better, natural mound. Last month, I started using the pink salt trick, but I had to stop because my clothes.
I think he's a really good player. It's not about George, though. Y'all keep asking the wrong questions. George, CeeDee Lamb is a really good player.
Yes.
George Pickens is a really good player. These are good players. We're not talking about them. It don't matter about them. It matters about the player making $60 million a year. That every time we have a good team or a really, really good roster that y'all love to talk about every other day, cool. Because they had other rosters that was really, really good, just like this one. The difference was what, James Jones? Foe. So I don't want to like change the question. I hate doing it. When we talk about the Cowboys, it's like it's the same questions. Are they getting better? Yes, they got better. Yes. Are they more talented? Yes, they got more talented. Are they going to win the playoffs? Because it don't matter what George Pickens does or CeeDee Lamb does, how open they are. I watched number 4 with great talent lose the games because him in the playoffs does not play well.
Speaking of changing the question, let's change it to now look at the Steelers side of things. Because the Steelers, they got a 3rd-round pick, they got a 5th-round pick. James, George Pickens being one of the best wide receivers in football, you could suggest that the Steelers got fleeced. You only got a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick for GP, a dude that averages about 1,000 yards a season with the likes of Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, only Russell Wilson for 7 or 8 games, and he put up those type.
Hell, CD, his rookie year, he played with 4 different quarterbacks and still down there close to 1,000 yards. Huh? Come on, bro.
Of numbers. Did the Steelers get robbed?
No, the Steelers didn't get robbed. This was a situation to where you just signed DK Metcalf to a lot of money. You probably don't want to sign George to a lot of money. So it's one of them situations to where what can we get for George Pickens? Because we don't want to sign him to a long-term extension. And they got a 3rd and a 5th round, Good people come out of the 3rd round. So maybe they could get another guy in the 3rd round next year. They still have a solid receiver room. They signed Robert Woods. You have Austin that can run, and then you have DK Metcalf. But no, I don't think they got robbed. I think this is exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers wanted to do. You don't want to pay him and extend him. Go ahead and get you something for him. You got a 3rd and a 5th round. I don't think they got robbed. And we got to see what he's going to do, because as happy as I am for Jerry Jones, I'm worried for George Pickens playing with Dak Prescott. I am. I really am. And I know
Did he just say he's worried for George Pickens playing with Dak Prescott? I'm worried too. That's the fucking problem. I'm worried about this shit too. Cause this don't make no sense, goddamn. Hey, hold up, Derek. I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna play this real quick, man.
Main reason why is because Dak Prescott does not let those 50-50 balls go. That is George Pickens' game. George Pickens is not about to create a bunch of crazy separation. George Pickens is if the dude is right next to me, I am wide open. Dak Prescott has shown us that he will not throw that ball, right? Dez Bryant, one of the greatest ever to go up and make the 50-50 catch. Okay. With Tony Romo, he had 13. 1,200 and 1,200. In 2016, when it was Dak Prescott's first year, he had 700. And then the next year with Dak Prescott, he had 800. which means Dak Prescott ain't letting that ball go.
Nope.
Dak Prescott has to let the ball go in 50-50 situations.
And to me, that's why George Pickens, to me, he's not a I don't know. I like his talent, but I don't think it's gonna fit with Dak because that was the problem with him and Dez. He couldn't throw the 50-50 ball to Dez. He couldn't throw no back shoulder passes to Dez. He couldn't throw it when Dez was covered because Dez was a dog. It don't matter. He was catching the ball in triple coverage. I'd have seen him score touchdowns from Romo in triple coverage. But Dak would never throw him the ball like that, man. I don't know.
To George Pickens consistently. Not every now and then. And that's why I always remember Kurt Warner told me, I play with Torrey Holt and I play with Isaac Bruce. Them dudes' separation was something stupid. Wide open. I went to Arizona and I had two dudes named Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. And he said, I was there for about 4 weeks. And the coach looked at me and said, what are you doing? And I said, what you mean? That's open. With Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. If the dude is, that is open. And he said, I started letting the ball go like, that is open. Like Larry and Anquan is making the play. Dak, you have to let the ball go. I'm worried for George because I've seen a great one in Dez Bryant. Stats fall off with Dak Prescott because he was not letting that ball go like that. Are you going to let that ball go to George Pickens?
But even in this situation, though, it was more of, I think, George didn't want to be there either, though, right? You on a team, and I'm the number one receiver, right? And I'm up for a contract. You bring another guy here, and you pay him before I get paid? I'm out of here. You can see like how it worked out. Like the trades, it's not a really robbery. It looks like that George want to get out of there. It looks like this still okay. We're gonna let you go.
I think
keep being lazy.
That's my thing right there. You know, everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That speaks for itself what James Jones and Shady was talking about. You know what I'm saying? But what's up, Dave? What's going on, bro?
How you been? Man.
I'm good, man. You know how.
No, I like it, man. You just laying down the rules, man. The law on that. Just letting all people excited about this trade, and I'm like, so you gave him a 3rd round pick, okay. And what do you got? I mean, he doesn't create great separations like everyone has said, and even if he did, which Brandon Cooks kind of did his first year, he ain't gonna get it to him anyway. So that doesn't matter to me on that part. You just got 2 receivers right now that are one of the same, basically, except for, I think George Pickens, does a better job of the jump ball, but Dak doesn't throw the jump ball. So what makes him different, it don't matter now. So now you got 2 CD Lambs. Okay, now what?
Yeah, now what? Now what? I'm read some of these comments, man, real quick there. The real fan, they could have moved on from Dak this offseason for $40 million and started over at QB.
They ain't gonna do that because it's this false pride, man. False pride. There's that. Jerry does not want to be proven wrong. He's proven that for 30 years now.
True. Hey, man, every year people say Dak has no excuses at the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, there are excuses. Like always. Dak delusional fans. Dak got 3 number ones. Mingo was a number 1. He failed out.
True.
He failed out with the team. Yeah, he had a I don't think he was a good situation with Carolina.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's hard to grade Mingo because the quarterback couldn't give him the ball, so you don't know, is Mingo good or was it Carolina? So I don't understand why they went and got Pickens, because when they brought Mingo in, Dak was out. So you have no idea.
Hey, but Cooper Rush, he was connecting with Mingo when he was in there.
Yeah, but I mean,
but for the fact that it was Cooper Rush, and it wasn't no problem for Cooper Rush to throw him the ball, but they don't even want Mingo. They don't want Jalen Tolbert. They don't want Flournoy. They don't want Brooks. Like Cooper Rush, he scored touchdowns and he was making plays with those guys. So I'm like,
do I sell tickets, man? What name can I buy that's going to sell tickets? That's
yeah, real friend. I'll take Burrow over Dak. All day, every day.
Oh my God.
Serious Mitchum Jones. What's up, man? You damn crybabies over Dak. Y'all swear just be grasping for straws because of the hate, saying Dak don't have no excuses, but yet the rest of the team don't have to show up. Man, bro. They go. Hey, Matt Burke, I got another one, Matt Burke. But I'll let him. I'll let him say what he got to say.
This is the thing that kills me, right? You can take another team, all right, that did what Dak does, and they all blast him. That was Aaron Rodgers, and he's a 4-time MVP, and he just came back from Achilles. Look what he did with the Jets, and they didn't make no excuses for Aaron Rodgers.
Sure didn't
do that. And then let's see, who else can we go? Lamar Jackson, they didn't make no excuses for him either.
Nope.
I mean, he had the excuses for years. He had no receivers.
And he had an excuse this year because Andrews, man, he dropped some.
Oh, man, that had to hurt. That had to hurt.
Man, he did Lamar dirty, bro.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy because, he caught the ball all year and all of a sudden.
Man, yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for him, man. His offseason must have been horrible. But I'm just saying, they don't make excuse for that. And then
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, they'll make excuse for them. And then the same thing with Josh Allen. They don't make excuse for him.
Nope.
I mean, even Tua, you can almost say they don't make excuse for him. He's got concussion problems.
Yeah.
But Dak, the only quarterback I hear, we got to make it Dak friendly. What the hell does that mean? I just want to know. Someone explain that to me.
He got a Dak friendly coach. They want the offense to be Dak friendly. You got to get receivers.
What that means.
One thing though, I don't think George Pickens is a Dak friendly receiver though.
He is because he contorts his body all over the place like Lamb.
In that sense, like with Gallup. In that sense, yeah.
Because he's like, he knows the ball's going to be underthrown. He's used to that. So he's like, okay, I'm at home.
True. Dallas fan 1997 exactly, but I have to say this is this as someone who wasn't a fan of the Shoddy hire, but he's done a good job building the roster. But I have no faith in that, and that's the problem. Dallas 1997. We can see. I give Shoddy some credit. He's the trenches, running back. He understands that. I just don't believe in Dak that he can execute everything. He's gonna fail, bro. That's why I can't even really get excited because I like George Pickens. I know what he could bring to a team. But with our quarterback,
and that's the sad part because they've been working on very hard on building this team this offseason. You can almost feel like McCarthy feels a little like he got shorthanded last season. But it's the problem's still the quarterback.
Yep, as it always. Terrence Mitchell-Jones, here we go. Fake the injury, y'all. Man, he did fake that injury.
Dude, I've torn that same
sideline versus when we played the Eagles and they ran over to the sideline. Did you see him jump?
Yep.
Upping and dodging them players? If you're the hamstring off your bone, how can you even move like that? You can't move like that when you get a hamstring off your bone. Terrence, bro, you blind as a bat. If you can't see, he faked that damn injury, bro. Get out of here.
I don't know anyone who's torn that muscle doing what Dak did. I don't care how strong you are, tough you are. You ain't doing that. Nah, that's just plain physiology. You ain't pulling that off.
Nope. Caveman. Dak is the number one garbage time QB in the league. The problem. There's garbage time. There's almost every game.
And there's Dak time.
That needs to come out on fire once. He don't do it. He start off too damn slow. Mike Burke. I live in Dallas. I work a mile away from the Star. I don't know a Cowboys fan around here that likes Dak as QB. Everyone here wants him gone. Bro, I could just imagine you in Dallas too. Ooh, wait.
Like I said, man, I owe apologies to Danny White. I really do, man. I feel bad, man. I talked a lot of junk to him, and I'm like, you know what? At least he got to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, man. He didn't quite get it done, but he went to championship games. That's something we don't even see with Dak, bro.
No. And what did Romo do it once or no?
No, we ain't see it. No,
he didn't. That's right.
With Romo either. But Dak has had more weapons than Romo to me. I think he's had better teams than Romo.
Yep.
And Romo connected with Dez. Dak couldn't do that.
Nope.
Chrissy, I'm still not a believer in Tyler Guyton.
Yeah.
Was he injured or did he get benched? He got benched, I think. What was that game he got benched?
Well, he had stingers, and I mean, anyone's played ball, that's not something to really keep you out.
Yeah.
So, he just wasn't. I mean, we saw before the season started, he wasn't in the best of shape. I mean, he was still kind of soft in the middle, and you know, like Vosh Lombardi says, you know, you gotta get that off-season peanut butter, and I mean, because he's light on his feet. I mean, you see the potential, you see what they're trying to look at, but you know, it's his rookie year.
I think it was his rookie year. He was raw too, you know what I'm
Very
saying?
raw.
So, you know, I'll give him this year, maybe next year, but I think he's gonna prove this year, man.
Well, he wants it. I mean, because Duke Mayweather, what his name is, he pissed off at him, and I didn't know if it was because he didn't like how he trained, or was it more to do with the fact that this offseason he decided not to train with Duke. So it's because he decided not to train with Duke, then, you know, shame on Duke. But
yeah.
You know, but I don't know the answer to that. But you know, that's a guy that, you know, he needs to get that his man body, and then you know, kind of go from there.
The real fan, Shady is right. He's also the one who Dak his ass. Yep, he did start that, didn't he?
Yep.
Got Burt, the real fan. We call those idiots. Oh, here go your boy again.
I like it.
What's going on with this guy? Deterius Micho. You do know Cook didn't have 1K his last year in Houston. Y'all just be talking. Man, he had 2 seasons with Houston with over 1,000 yards. What he was there for 3 years, and two out of the 3 he had 1,000 yards, bro. What are you talking about?
The one year he didn't, he was injured. So
yeah, that year he was injured. What is this guy talking about? He's slurping on Dak nuts so bad.
Damn.
You need to stop, bro. Matt Burke is the only player in NFL history to walk normal to a sideline after tearing his hamstring. Tyron Smith fell to the ground like a rock from that same injury.
Yep.
It happened in practice, didn't it? Tyron Smith, it happened in practice. He couldn't even get the fuck up.
And we know Tyron is a tough guy, so you can't tell him nothing.
The man had a damn knee brace on his elbow. What are you talking about? They had to put a knee brace on that man's elbow, bro.
Tough man. I'm just saying. So you tell me Dak is tougher than Tyron? I just don't. I don't buy it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay, man, Dak won't win the game on his own. I question Acho football IQ. I don't really like Acho either, man. I'll let that play, but I wasn't worried about his take. I don't like Acho either. He be saying some crazy shit, man.
Yep, that's right. He's saying it for ratings. Chris has got it right there. Yeah, do what.
I never like Acho. Yeah, man. He says, "You're right, Chris. You sure dude." Oh, this was you.
Yeah.
Now we have 2 receivers. He can't throw the ball.
Yep, exactly. That's all I gotta say. It's right there, man.
That's why. But you know, I can't wait till the season start now. I can't wait till the season start. Motherfucker.
No, but you know how it's gonna go. You know how it's gonna go. Go ahead.
Yeah. Here go the Dak Slurpee. Motherfucker, you lying. Defenses did not fear no damn Cooper Rush pass. Yes, they did. Saying shit doesn't make it. Yes, they did. Why you think the run game opened up, bro? Huh? They had to back up when Cooper Rush was playing quarterback. Do you know football? Shit. Or you just slurping on Dak so much you blind.
I like this guy's comment.
DB, bro, let's get real. You can give Dak Prescott Sterling Sharp, Randy Moss, and Jerry Rice. He still will find a way to screw it up. Bro, you ain't lied about that one.
No.
You ain't lied about I said you could give him Megatron, T.O.
Yep.
Goddamn Chad Johnson at his height of his career.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
Hey, you know he's a route runner.
Yeah.
Chad Johnson was a precise route runner.
Very precise. Like, you know, him and Amari were very precise position route runners.
That's the type of receiver Dak will succeed with.
That's a Dak friendly.
Okay, man, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. You can give Dak every number 1 in the league, but you can't make him
accurate.
Well, they swear Dak's so accurate though, bro.
Well, It's true about the thing they're talking about with Dak is like, he'll have games and you're supposed to. That's the part that bothers a lot of people, man. It's like, this is how you say average in the NFL, okay? We're not talking, at the same time, you remember, these guys play in the NFL. They're better than college players and all that, better than you and I on the street, all that stuff. We all understand that. But when Dak has these games, we're like, oh my God, he was amazing against the Eagles. And I'm like, the Eagles didn't have any corners at that time. What are you guys talking about? Or, the Giants game, like, who the hell are the Giants? Or the Buccaneers in the playoffs when they're all injured. I'm like, I don't care about that. He had one game where he played against a team that was good, and he played very well, which is that Vikings game. And that was it. Oh, the Packers game when he lost to Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's his resume.
I said the Seattle game, but he threw a pick down there in the end zone in that Seattle playoff game. Yeah, he just overthrew Noah Brown. Then Noah Brown is shitty because Dak couldn't throw him the damn ball. Let me read this. This slurpy in here hard, boy. He in here hard. Where was the roster against Green Bay his rookie year? Where was the roster against the Rams? Well, where was Dak in the first 3 quarters of that Rams game?
Yeah, they should have won. That was the one that should have won the Super Bowl.
Bro. Go ahead, Derek.
That's the one they should have won the Super Bowl. The one I really feel the Cowboys had an opportunity to win the Super Bowl was that year we went in the playoffs against the Rams. And you think about it, they were going to play. The winners played the Bengals. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that the Cowboys couldn't beat the Bengals. I mean, even with I can't even say it. I'm trying to say it and it can't come out. Even that guy we have a quarterback.
Yeah, even in that Rams game, they ran the ball. I give them the Rams did run the ball on us, but they wasn't scoring a lot of touchdowns. No. We were still holding them to field goals.
Yeah.
But Dak didn't do nothing when he had his opportunities. So you can miss me with that, Dak Slurpy Deterius. Where was your boy at when it matters the most? That's what I want to know. Dak last 2 playoff games, he wasn't good. Agree. No argument from
3,
me.
4.
But he damn sure was good all the other playoff games. To say is that is goofy as fuck. What playoff games?
What are you talking about?
What games he talking about?
The Bucks? I mean, that don't count. The Seahawks game? I mean, the 49er games, he blew it.
Yep, both of them. Then he started off slow. He started off slow in the Packers game. The defense let him score. Okay, I'll give you that. They came back on the field. What did Dak do?
None.
Okay. They punted the ball, gave it to Green Bay. Green Bay, defense 3-and-out Green Bay. Okay? What did Dak do when they got the ball back?
Classic Dak. Interception. Right on time. Right on cue.
So you can miss me with that shit. Dak alone gave Green Bay 14 points.
Toad. Yes, he threw for 400 yards. Yeah, but you're lost. I don't care about the yards. Why is that? What is
garbage
that?
Time stat?
Dude, hold on. There's a game with Trent Dilfer of the Ravens, I'm sorry, where he threw, I think it was 6 passes for 60 yards, and they won 28-3 or something like that.
Right.
I don't care. And let me tell you something, Dilfer, in that little yardage we're talking about, those are the throws he had to make. I mean, I'm just being real. And I'm not trying to say, listen, and I will be first to say, I'm not trying to say Trent Dilfer's a better quarterback than Dak. I ain't saying that. But, I mean, he made the throws that Dak doesn't make.
It's not just make. Facts there. He just don't. Kid Cowboy, what up?
I mean.
The real fan. He going Ty French, garbage time, and prevent defense. Of course it's easy to throw that many yards.
Yep. And the weird part is the Rams game, going back to that Rams game, that's all they were playing that whole time was prevent defense. I'm looking at Dak like, you telling me you can't take a 5-yard year, a 7-yard year? No, 3-and-out. They're stopping the run. Okay. They had 8 guys in the box to stop Ezekiel Elliott. You telling me you can't audible that play? And
that again, Derek. Remember what I was saying about how Cooper Rush opened up the run game because they feared him throwing the secondary, feared him throwing the ball. They didn't fear Dak.
Nope.
They didn't fear because he's not accurate. He's only gonna goddamn go on his first read. He's not gonna survey the defense.
Yep.
He's gonna go to his first read and throw that bitch to whoever, whatever, and then that could be a pick.
Yep.
Okay, man, that gets garbage numbers. Stats are nice, but he starts every playoff game behind multiple touchdowns. If we could, the other team could be up 2-3 touchdowns before he get a fucking field goal.
You remember that Redskins game where he threw an interception and like we're behind and he rallies the Cowboys to win and everyone's like, oh, look at that, he's Captain Come. I'm like, we should never have been behind to start with. I mean, I was like, what are you people talking about? Why are we behind? Because the Redskins weren't even good back then.
Nope.
Can't say that anymore. The Commanders are
Commanders, the Eagles, now the Giants. These are not easy wins for Dak Prescott.
They're gone. They're gone now.
No more easy wins in this division. The whole division. Well, I still got to see what the Giants are going to do, but I know what the Eagles and the Commanders are. I know what they are.
You had the 5th toughest schedule this season, is what they said the Cowboys will have this year. The 5th toughest. Yeah? What's up, Delusional? You were the man. That's my hero. Dude, I love how Junkie got pissed when I said, oh, man, it's Delusional. That's my idol, man. And they're like, he don't even have a YouTube channel. I'm like, don't matter. I'm a fan of his, man. Right. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Derek, when I was goddamn bigging up Dak, I used to go at it with Dak Delusional all the time. But now, oh my God, that's my guy right there, bro.
Yeah. No, he got the numbers. You can't even argue with it. You can't even argue with it because you get the numbers, you look it up, you're like, oh, shoot, I never knew that. Oh, I never knew that. You're learning certain things, and it's like, there's certain things you may have overlooked. But, I just look at this situation. I mean, look, you did a good job. Like, your off season, you can't say that they didn't do what they're supposed to do. They got the talents to do something other than the quarterback. But, maybe they do. Maybe Joe Milton, I'm really perplexed about the Joe Milton thing, man, because I look at him in college and he did not have any touch on that ball.
Yeah.
And then you look at that Patriots game, and I just don't like to be teased like that because I saw a touch and I'm like, did this kid figure it out, or is that a one-game fluke? Don't tease me like that, Joe. I don't want you to tease me. Tell me you really are that guy, because
right.
I mean,
I want to see a different quarterback, man. I'm sorry. I just want to see what a different quarterback. Even if we go fucking 4-13, man, I want to see something different. This is old news with Dak Prescott.
What do you think?
News.
I'm thinking we're going to 8-9 this year. I think it's 8.
You give them 8 games there.
I'm gonna say 8 games because of the because if you have the 5th toughest, we're playing the North, and you're playing the
AFC West too.
Yeah, so you're playing the Chiefs, you're playing the Chargers.
Yep.
The Raiders are better than people don't give them credit for.
Yep.
And you're playing the Lions. Who are you going to beat? You got to hope you beat both of the Giants, both games. I don't see that happening.
Okay, man. People disrespected Cooper Rush so much. Was he a Hall of Famer? No. But he made the offense look like an NFL offense after Dak had them looking like a high school offense. He did, man. Yeah. He did. And you know what? They will say that they changed the playbook or they dummy down the offense in the playbook for Cooper Rush. I'm like, no.
No. It looked more open to me.
He ran the same offense Dak Prescott did.
Nah, they opened the book up more.
You think they opened it up for Cooper?
No, they dummied it for Dak. You got that back. Nah. They opened it up. Because I saw plays, I'm like, where was this? But the problem is, here's the truth about it. If you could take Cooper Kupp's brain and put it in Dak's body, you got something.
Yeah.
That's just the reality, because Cooper Kupp is like that guy that has the brain for it, but doesn't have the physical capability to do it.
He just don't have a strong enough arm.
No.
Yeah, that's my knock on Cooper Rush. I mean, that ain't his fault. But when he
that's
that offense, it looks better than when Dak do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that, the real fan. Brian Schottenheimer needs to get onto Dak for his bad play, like his job is on the line. Otherwise, he will be the 5th victim. And if they don't succeed, they got Pickens, so no excuses. Who they gonna blame it on now?
I think that's what they're trying to. I felt that the whole time McCarthy was there was him trying to exploit. Todd. I guess Dak faked the surgery too. Then maybe. Who knows, man?
How do we even know he had surgery?
I mean, exactly. I mean, I didn't see.
Can you confirm that, Toad?
I didn't see a boot.
Can you confirm that Dak even had surgery? I don't think he had no damn surgery.
I question that.
Yeah, I question all that shit, man. The real fan. It was the Falcons game. No real fan. It was the Eagles game. When we played the Eagles, those players was coming to the sideline, and Dak jumped out the way from not getting hit by those. That was the Eagles game. Go check that shit out.
He got a good 2 inches off the ground.
Yeah. So hell did Kid Cowboy conspiracy theories.
Could be. I don't know. Dak is built different. So wait a minute. So Tyron Smith, you're trying to tell me that Tyron Smith, strong Tyron Smith. No, I'm not entertaining. No, stop. I'm gonna
stop. This guy told French. Hey, Matt Burke, we got a Slurpee in here. We got a few Slurpees in here, Matt. Matt Burke is like, JB, don't be entertaining them Slurpees, man. I'm cool with that, man.
All right, wait, Matt. So to give Toad his only credit when you talk about people are built differently, yeah. If he allegedly had this injury and he recovered so fast, yeah, all people recover different from injuries. I mean, you got some people. Look, Adrian Peterson, he tore his ACL like 4 times or whatever the heck it is, and not lost any
Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, was it like 4 times? I don't know how many times. I'm like, where's this? He still got speed. I'm like, ow.
Hey, I know he came back this damn next year with that when he had that ACL on his knee or whatever it was.
But that's what I'm saying.
2,000 yards when he came back.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's the part you want to make that argument that people are built differently. Yeah, you have that. And that's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you're talking about a thigh torn off the bone. I don't know about that.
Ripper. Also in the Falcons game,
yeah, he did. That's what I was telling you about that.
He did. He sure did.
Because I think McCarthy the whole time when he was there was trying to prove to Joneses, like, look, this ain't working. The offense you got ain't working. I want my offense. It took him three years to get the offense changed. And I really believe that with the Trey Lance trade, he was trying to tell him, hey, this quarterback ain't working. But, the Jones are stubborn, man. It takes too long. And I think Mike McCarthy this past off season, when they're trying to do the negotiation and doing all this nonsense with Mike, he was like, you know what? Screw it. This is too much work for too little bit of money. And that's a fact. I mean, McCarthy was paid the 3rd lowest in the league?
Yeah.
And he got a Super Bowl win?
He was like, McCarthy was like, man, I can't do nothing with this quarterback, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he voluntarily just bowed out the shit, man. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. And he making me look bad.
Basically. I mean.
Okay, man.
Exactly. Give Romo
more defense and 2 number 1 receivers, and we may be talking about Romo with a different viewpoint.
Yep.
I think Romo was a Hall of Fame talent, but didn't have a Hall of Fame career.
Yep.
And he was undrafted.
Mm-hmm. You have quarterbacks that happens to where you're like, imagine if they played, that period, good long period of time with that kind of talent. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Matt Burke. He's talking to real fans. That's because Dak didn't. Yep, he didn't audible out of that. That's what Mike McCarthy threw that goddamn tablet.
Yep.
You didn't see that? Wow.
That's what I'm saying. McCarthy's not that coach where he's like, this is the play and that's it. He's that court. Cause I even heard, Broadus even said that how when he took over right from what's the fool's name? Kellen Moore. He shortened the verbiage to give the quarterback more time in the huddle to make changes and all that.
Oh shit!
And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So you made it so I have more time when I get to the huddle. I mean, to the line of scrimmage, to give me time to make an audible if I need to. And that's what I'm saying. People who disrespect Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is all about putting you in position to win the game. He ain't winning the game. He knows he's a coach. He's your coach can only do so much. It's up to you as a player to go ahead.
As a player.
Yeah, he's that kind of coach, and I respect that kind of coach.
My bad, Derek. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm saying that's a coach I respect. A coach who realizes the players have to win the game. I'm just there to put him in position to make those decisions. So it's called being an adult. And
my only gripe against Mike McCarthy was he lied about running the ball. I think it was a combination of him not featuring Rico Dowdle in the season earlier. But I also think that they still believe Dak Prescott's top 5 elite and he can sling that ball around the field, but he can't. So I think
how do we know
that's it.
How do we know that Dak didn't change the play?
He probably did, bro.
I'm just saying I don't trust that. I'm sorry. I'm just at that point with him. I don't know because apparently him and McCarthy don't get along. Oh, Danny or Romo was never the reason they lost in a class like that. Everybody lost. That's the big reason. You got that right, dude. I mean, because it's sad. Because you know what's funny? Like you go back to that the catch, right? No one talks about this part, right? So the catch happens. Dwight Clark catches the ball, but the next series, Danny White's driving. Man, he hit Drew Pearson. It's just ran out of time.
Yeah,
I mean. That's all it was. You can't even say, "Damn, Dan, you didn't get it done." No, Danny tried. He tried. He tried. His defense sucked, and
but he still made it to the championship.
Yeah, he did.
Some bad defense. So what's Dak's excuse? They always want to blame everything on the defense. You still got to come out there. You get the ball back.
Yep.
You still got to do something with the ball. Damn, that's why it's called offense, man. God damn.
Yes, we remember Romo fumbling the snap.
Okay,
What was that? His rookie year, or not rookie year, but his first year starting, or whatever.
Was it?
And why is he holding the snap?
That playoff game there. What year was that playoff game? We Seattle. Was that damn? What was that? What year was that? I can't remember.
2012, maybe.
12,
something like that. But I mean. Look, bottom line is your quarterback should not been your freaking holder. I mean, I'm sorry.
That's true too. Why do they put
starting quarterback?
Damn snap, man.
I don't like that because what happens if he jams his? I mean, it's so easy for him to get hurt.
He could have got hurt.
I mean, Parcells, man, that's I can't believe he did that.
That was a mistake, I think, too, man.
But
all right, we got another doubt. Here you go. Phillip Rivers played a playoff game with a torn ACL. Like, y'all got to stop with the injury shit. But maybe Phillip Rivers.
That's a different injury, bro. And they talked about the degree of the injury Phillip Rivers had. He had a slight tear on his ACL. Not
I remember when he used to wear that black knee pad, that black knee brace on his
afterwards, yeah.
That supposedly tore the hamstring off his bone.
Yeah.
They tore it off the bone, dude. You really can't even sit down.
About that. No.
You can't sit down without being uncomfortable or stand up.
No.
You got to be laying down with that shit propped up, bro.
The Phillip Rivers tore ACL, but we saw that he was hobbling and basically his linemen were carrying him. I mean,
right. So was.
No,
so was.
I mean, and that's a quarterback. That's a classic example of a quarterback where he had the talent, will not get in the Hall of Fame. He did all the throws, but
yeah, he just didn't. I like Phillip Rivers better than Dak, though. Shit.
Yeah, he did everything he was supposed to do. Phillip, he just had some unluck. He was just unlucky.
Okay, man. Yeah, here we go.
I can't throw. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's what I hear, man. Every time he does that, here we go. I can't throw, and I'm like, damn. Telling you, man. That's what he's saying.
The real fan. The Darius Meacham-Jones O-line started to look better when Cooper Rush started. Sure, that's what I'm saying.
I know, right? Because McCarthy believes in that 1-2-3 throw, not this 1-2-3. Hold it. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm Dak Prescott.
Pat it, hold it, pat it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm
the best tight window thrower because I waited 10 years to throw the ball to the receiver.
Yeah. Well, it's that whole Mississippi. You know, they say it's one Mississippi, two Mississippi. With Dak, it's one Mississippi State. 2 Mississippi State, 3 Miss. Hey, when he gets past 7 Mississippi State, why did I get sacked?
Oh, he said the team
got healthier.
Dude. No, they didn't. Because Cooper Rush was playing with backups, bro. The O-line wasn't healthy. He didn't play with CD when CD was playing.
He was out.
He was playing.
Guyton's out. CJ Bass got hurt too. He was the backup to whoever. Zack Martin was hurt all year.
Martin was out.
was it Steele was hurt, and they had this. I mean, that line was flipping.
And they benched Tyler Guyton.
Yeah, but I mean, he had the hurt. He was injured that one game. They eventually benched him. But yeah, I mean, you had all kinds of people. I mean, Austin Richards was in there. C.J. Bass. You had Hoffman. You had sorry, not C.J. Bass. T.J. Bass. Sorry.
Yeah, T.J. Bass.
And
let's go have some playing time too.
Shoot, might as well put Josh. Oh wait, Josh Ball was out for the season, already injured. Those are two guys they got to get rid of. Ball and Malensko. They can't stay healthy. Time for them to go. They got to go.
Yep. Oh, hold on. I ain't read Dallas fan. Let me read his comment. My bad. Dallas fan 1997. Do the Dak dance or sing the one song Return of the Dak, bro?
Oh no.
Yeah, they probably singing that song, Dallas fan. Return of the Dak. Return of the man. Get out of here. That dude, bro. The real fan.
Yeah, you're right about that. That was Romo's year that year. If he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, man. Because Zeke was drafted for Romo, not for Dak.
Mm-hmm. Because the running back is supposed to be the last piece of your offense. When you say, okay, I got the line, I got the receivers, I got the quarterback. That's like the secret recipe. Even the Eagles, think about it. They went and got who? Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
Final piece, bam, you hit it. Not everyone's going to be a Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean.
But to me, I mean, I like Saquon. But I think they giving him too much credit. They're not looking at that offensive line he was behind with the Eagles because what did Saquon Barkley really do with the Giants? Let's be real now. What did he do with the Giants?
Yeah.
Matt Burke.
And I'm reading what Matt Burke's right there.
Question to anyone who has played sports or knows a thing about human anatomy. Is an AC ligament the same as a hamstring muscle? Asking for it, Topper. Nope. Let's be logical and real here, sir. Two different injuries, bro. For real, but Dak is only good in
muscles are different too.
Yep.
I wish he was good against Prevent.
Hey, Derek, here we go with this. Dak retired.
He's hired to go. Whatever, man. Okay, hold on. Look, I'm sorry, JV, but I gotta go off on
Go ahead, man. Go in, Derek.
You're telling me that you watched that game. I've watched Tom Brady for years and I hate him, okay? Because he won all the time. That's my issue with him, right? Damn good football player, all that. I can tell you that I looked at the games. The first game I ever saw Tom Brady look like he was not interested in playing that game. And the reason being, didn't have a full deck of cards to play. He knew he was going to lose. So he didn't even go out. So to tell me that Dak retired him, no. He was supposed to retire last year at Grizel. That's why his marriage fell apart. So don't tell me he retired. Like, don't tell me Tom Brady's like, oh, damn, Dak's so impressive, man. I just can't play no more because I got to go up against Dak every year. Nah, I don't think so.
So how about the 2 years we played them the first game of the season in the Tampa Bay and in Dallas? What happened in those games?
Waxed us.
Another Dak Slurpee, bro. Okay, man, what would Dak have to do for these Slurpees to take a rest? These Slurpees have put him in the Hall of Fame first ballot. This isn't the WWE.
Oh.
Get the Hall of Fame just because you were there. Man, I love my son.
Damn, okay, man, that was good.
That keep me rolling, bro.
He's the quarterback. The only quarterback I can think of in the past where people are like, "Oh, this guy's phenomenal," and da da da. Do you remember that quarterback? And I'm trying to remember his name. The quarterback before Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, and they called him like the Magic Man.
Damn,
he didn't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. You see how you don't remember him?
In Green Bay?
Yeah, it was Green Bay. We're number 7.
Shit, I don't know.
They called him the Magic Man or something like that. If anyone in the chat can come up with his name, that'd be great. But he didn't do nothing. Okay, I'll just put this. He had like 1 or 2 good years, I think it was, and then he got injured. Not his fault, but
yeah, Brady was retiring that season regardless. He said for 5 years he was retiring at 45. So stop the dumbass Dak retired Brady. idiocy. Please stop being football casuals here, Dak fans, Slurpees. You sound retarded. And that's what they were saying. I know you heard that, Derek. I know you heard them saying that Dak retired. Man, he ain't retired no damn Brady, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Packers. Hold on. I like I said, I gotta find out that name of that quarterback. It's driving me nuts.
Go ahead.
It's Don Majesco or something like that. Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name. But the point was, he did some quote magic moments for the Packers, made the Packers kind of relevant because I think they hadn't won anything since Lombardi was coaching them.
So
and then he got hurt, and then Brett Favre took over.
So when Brett Favre came from Atlanta, that was the quarterback that was there?
Yeah, he was the quarterback. And he got hurt. Brett Favre took over, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
But he didn't. I mean, to me, he's the perfect example where fans, they were like, "Oh man, he could have done like Brett Favre." I'm like, no, he couldn't. And that's the only equivalent I can think of where fans were looking at like how this Dak thing is. It's like, no, because I guarantee you. Look, I'm hoping that Joe Milton becomes what I think he can be, because it's not a question of the physical tools. It's the same. Nope. It's the same questions we have with Dak when he was a rookie. Do you have the mental skills? And I'm just wondering, because Joe Milton seems more competitive when you read about what he does in the offseason, unlike Dak's called film study. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you heard of that, but Dak, you know what I'm saying? And you fix your mechanics, don't do some funky dance thing with the hip fuck. I still don't understand that. I need to talk to someone who's a quarterback to explain how that actually helps. But whatever. Yeah. I just want to understand. But
what does that do?
What does that really do, right? So I just think he has the potential to do it. And the reason that the Patriots got out of it, because he was saying, like, well, I beat this guy out in practice every day. Why am I not the starter? And we all know why he's not the starter, because that guy was the number one pick, Drake May. And they didn't want to deal with that.
Did the Niners get Drake May?
What?
Did the Niners get Drake May? The Niners picked up. I thought the Niners got Drake.
No, Drake May is the quarterback for the Patriots.
Yeah, but
they're doing a trade.
I thought the Niners picked up Drake May or something. I might be wrong.
No, the Niners. What I thought was funny is I thought they were going to try to take Aaron Rodgers instead of paying Brock Purdy. I really thought they would do that because you know how closed that window is. You know, their window's about to close. I'm like, might as well go all out. You know what I'm saying?
They still haven't signed Brock Purdy though yet, huh? They didn't give him that contract yet.
Well, because they know like the Cowboys that he ain't worth that money, and that's their problem. But they're in a dilemma because it's like, you know, they thought that Brock would bring it down, realizing, hey, listen, you were Mr. Irrelevant. You should be happy to even get $20 million, but to go and ask for $60 million. But then again, I understand Brock Purdy's point because look, I've done more than Dak, and look how much Dak's getting paid.
True.
So it's like,
but Dak shouldn't have got that contract though, and they know Dak shouldn't have got that contract. So
that's what the argument is. That's what's happening.
They're like, nah, Purdy, nah, don't come with that shit because Dak shouldn't even got that contract.
I agree, but that's what the Niners are dealing with, man. Because the Cowboys found a way. The only way the Cowboys can beat the Niners is that way now. It's through contracts, it's messing other people's contracts up.
We got.
And here we go with the man. We just went over this Toad.
He comparing Mahomes to Dak?
Come on, man. How do you know? Do you watch home? I want to know. Do you watch the games, man? I mean, I will give you a quarterback who's in the Hall of Fame whose numbers honestly suck, and that is John Elway. But guess what John Elway did? When the game was on the line, you can't tell me you can name another quarterback. Well, I mean, there's very few other quarterbacks where you say, game's on the line, who do you want under center?
Right.
Sorry. It was him.
And there, that's the bottom line. When it matters most, who you want under center. But the Dak Slurpees tell me, or they say all the time, it's a team thing. But when it comes down to it, it's who you got at the quarterback position that's going to be able to lead your team when it matters the most. To me, I put an emphasis on the responsibility of the leader of the team.
Yep.
The most important position on the team is the quarterback position. He's the leader of the team. So most of the responsibility is going to fall on his head.
Yep.
You are accountable for that shit. Yeah, it's the DBs, it's the D tackles, it's the linebackers. They're the team. But you are the leader of all of that. You are responsible for all of that. Because you get the praise when we win.
Yep.
So you got to get the critique when we lose. And majority of the time when we lose is in the playoffs when it matters most with that. That's where I give him the most critique. Yeah, we should have been able to stop the run.
Hey, Todd, I got one for you. Let's compare Eli Manning's stacks with Dak Prescott in the playoffs. I'll wait.
Oh.
Because, he sucked.
He can't even compare. He can't compare Dak's stats against Mahomes in the playoffs. This regular season shit he talking about. That's regular season shit. I don't care about the regular season with Dak. I've seen that shit for 10 years, man. No regular season shit, man. Let's see some NFC Championship games. Come on, man.
It's not like he has a game where you're like, oh my God, look how he threw that ball. It's always a painful, 60-yard drive touchdown, but and it's like, and it took him 5 minutes and whatever. The quarter's almost over. And you're just like, I don't know about you, man, but I already finished my box of popcorn's already done. Got to go back in the kitchen because it took so long. I'm tired. And that was just the first drive. Damn.
Right.
I mean, I don't remember that with Aikman. I don't remember that with Romo. I don't remember that even with Quincy Carter, where I'm like, it's going to take a century to get to the damn end zone. And then the thing that really hurts me, and this is where I do blame McCarthy. How is it you're in the 20-yard line? This is the bread and butter area, the most important area of the field, and you can't punch it in. We used to call out the Emmett zone when Emmett was there. You can't.
That's our leader. That's our leader. As they say, Dak is a great leader. Where has he led this team? He's such a great leader. Where has he led us?
To the offseason. Cancun.
Home fishing.
Yeah, deep sea fishing.
If the Giants' offensive line can slow down Micah, slow down Micah's son, we might not win a division game.
That's another team.
We win this season. Yep.
That's another team that's been building.
Huh?
That's another team that's been building in the trenches. If you've been watching the NFC East as a whole, everyone's been working on the interior, the offensive line, defensive line, because they realize that's the formula. And so yeah, the Giants. I mean, they're going to kill us this year. I would not be surprised if we go 0-2 against everyone in our division. Would not surprise me.
It's a possibility. It sure the hell is. It's a possibility, man. And that's what's kind of crazy. All right. Deterious. The Rams game. I'm trying to hear
you validate my point. And you validate my point.
Boxes all year. Fuck them excuses.
Are you sitting? So hold on. So what are you saying? Yeah. That's exactly. You're like, what are you trying to say?
See how they put everything else on everybody else but Dak?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's saying Zeke ran through stacked boxes all year.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
What happens in the play? See, here's the thing people don't understand about the playoffs. The regular season, everyone's trying to figure you out, right? But they're also trying to figure out their division and stuff like that. That's why divisional games are probably the most important to see how you're really shaping up when it comes to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the playoffs, everyone's like, okay, what is it you like to do? I mean, case in point, when you're that one team that's figured them out, case in point, I go back to the Broncos that one year when Dak was having that great so-called MVP season, and he goes to the Broncos and he got, well, we saw what happened. He got dacked. He got dacked, as I like to call it. And I mean, and then what happened? Every game after that, except for one, I think, they did the same thing the Broncos did, which is that cover 3 defense with 2 down.
Mm-hmm.
And which is basically a prevent defense.
Mm-hmm.
And Dak, who you think about his rookie year, he was good at dinking and dacking. All of a sudden, he forgot how to do that. And I don't understand. I still don't understand. That's the game you're best at, and you all of a sudden took that out of your repertoire because you want to throw it deep on, very inaccurately.
Right.
And and that's what happened. You go to the playoffs, everyone's doing it. The Niners, you go to the first year of the Niners, you saw them. They all, backed off. They're backing off. Everyone's like, oh my God, they're afraid of Lamb and Cooper, and they're staying so far off. No, they just know Dak can't get the ball down deep, and they're going to be running curls, so they'll come up and deck the receivers. The Rams game, they did the same thing. They said, okay, we're going to stop Zeke, and I want Dak to prove he can beat us. He can't.
He can't.
Because the Vikings that year proved it. Because I remember that Vikings, that was their first loss, I think, with Dak at quarterback. No, Dak was quarterback the whole season. That was their first loss against the Vikings. What did the Vikings do? They did everything they could to stop Zeke. And that was it. That was the formula for the playoffs.
Hold on, let me get this on. Based on the schedule, you just might be picking top 3 next draft.
I'm telling you, 8 and 9 is really realistic. I mean,
I was at 6 there, but I guess between 6 to 8, I don't see us getting double-digit wins. I'm sorry, I don't see double-digit wins.
Yeah, 8 and 9.
I really don't even see us making the playoffs, even with all these little so-called gadgets. I still don't see it. The real fan. Toe French, Dak 2-5 in the playoffs, 0 NFC Championship games, 0 Super Bowls. Mahomes 17-4 playoff record. Many AFC Championship games, 3 Super Bowls. There's the stats. Those are the stats that matter. Come on, man.
I want to know if there's a measurement where they measure how many game-winning throws a quarterback makes. And I don't mean the throw just of a touchdown. I'm talking about that throw, like, okay, gets in the right position. Okay, now you got control of the game. The game is over if we score or kick the field goal or whatever. I want to know how many of those, because, Staubach was known for that. You look at Staubach's stats, he wasn't that great. Dak Prescott's better. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mark Holmes. I can't believe you said
Mark
that.
Holmes said that shit?
Said some shit. Yeah, I was pissed. I was like, you're going to compare Staubach to Dak? Are you out of your mind?
Bro, they be comparing Troy Aikman, Staubach, and Danny White with Dak. Talking about Dak numbers are better than theirs. What the fuck do numbers and stats mean in the regular season, though?
Well,
I swear, man. I see why some people say Cowboys fans are delusional.
We are.
I see that shit, man.
Because if you could say that about your best player to start the franchise, I mean, he shouldn't even be part of the conversation. Like, there's certain players you don't talk about. Like, the Giants. Like, I can't believe that player, Adil Carter, asking for LT's number. That shouldn't even be a thought. I don't even know why. Are you kidding me? Lawrence Taylor was the Giants. No, just a certain. No, you can't be that. Staubach, he's off. No, you can't touch that.
No.
I was a little disappointed on Cam Ward asking for number 1. When he got drafted by the Titans. Now, granted, you can say that the Oilers don't exist anymore, but Warren Moon for what he did for I don't know, man. I don't feel right about that. Now, Warren gave him the number, and it's up to Warren. Salute to Warren Moon, but I just think for what he went through for a lot of black quarterbacks, I just don't. No, that's a respect that you don't wear that number, man.
I heard. I don't know, Dave. You might have told me this. I'm not sure. I'm not. But
go ahead.
I heard something about Warren Moon wanted to, get with Dak and help him out a little bit, and he kind of turned Warren
That was
Moon.
me. Yeah, I mean,
what the fuck kind of shit is that?
Like I said, if Bill Gates came to me tomorrow and says, "Hey, Derek, I'm going to teach you," yes, Mr. Gates. I don't care about the farming issues you have, Mr. Gates. I don't care about that. We're talking computers.
Yeah. So I'm all ears and I'm all eyes. Goddamn.
I mean, Warren Buffett comes to me and says, "Hey, I want to show you how to run a business." Yes, Mr. Buffett. Can I get you a coffee, Mr. Buffett? I'm just sorry, man. You don't know. I don't care.
That delusional fans. When Dak Slurpee say Dak doesn't play defense, that's false. The quarterback plays for the defense. They get a lead for the defense to protect it.
Mm-hmm. You keep the one thing you could even make the argument that Dak's rookie year, based on the clock, how he used to chew it up, you could say he was the defense's best friend.
Yeah.
So You know, and since then he has not, because he didn't like the narrative. Oh, I could only, throw for 2 yards. And look, Steve Young did it for years, man. He threw for 5 yards, and Jerry used to run it for 80. So I don't understand what Dak's problem is. He's an Hall of Famer.
He'll hit Jerry on that slant so many times, and Jerry will take that shit to the house every time.
I know what the problem is. I'm sorry. I don't see what the problem is.
Okay, man. Didn't Dak didn't have surgery. He just walked it off.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He walked off that fake.
I don't think he had surgery, man. I'm sorry.
He was out of shape,
man.
He was out of shape coming that season too. You looked at him like seriously. He looked. I mean, we all made fun of Romo's little dad belly. You know what I'm saying? But Dak, I was kind of like, you look more out of shape. So I at first believed he probably tore the ligament, but then when I saw him stand, it sounded like, nah, man, you didn't tear no thigh. No, no, you. But,
I think he might have bruised it real bad, but tore it off the bone.
No.
How he was acting?
No.
You believe that, man. I'm sorry. My ex-wife, when she was playing softball, goddamn, she tore her Achilles. Man, she couldn't do shit.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I had to help her, goddamn, they put her in a boot and everything. She couldn't do nothing. So you tear the hamstring off your bone and you jump it around like ain't nothing happened? Come on, man.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question for Mr. Jones.
Go ahead.
Mr. Jones, let me help you out, brother. Okay, here's the deal. When you look at what the whole team's collectively doing and the hustling they're doing, all right, I can't ask the defense to do more than it has. There's only so much talent you can have on a whole team. When your quarterback takes up a quarter of your cap, okay, there's going to be more requirements of that person. And Dak cannot do it. Dak should have been honest with himself and say, you know what? I want to win. I promise you this much, man. His first contract, if Dak had done, you know what, instead of 40, let me get $25 million. It went up to Jerry Jones. I want $25 million guaranteed. Okay, because think about the money he's making on endorsements off of the brand that is the Cowboys. That's all from Jerry, by the way. Jerry built that brand. Or I should say Charlotte, actually, but that's another story. But you know what I'm saying? If he did that, a lot of people can't say nothing to that because the Cowboys would have the monies to negotiate and bring in more talent.
Hey, hold up there. My bad, Dak. I'm finna bring him up, man. I ain't seen him down there. I'm gonna bring him up.
Yeah, definitely.
Dak Delusional, what's up, bro?
What's up, Sensei?
You there?
Uh-oh.
Oh shit, hold up. Dak Delusional. There you go. I got you, bro. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, good. All right. How you doing, Dirk? How you doing, JB?
What's up, man? You breaking up a little bit.
Just wait for the knowledge, man. Bring it. Bring the knowledge, man.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. Oh, what did I want to start off with? Y'all covered so much before I got on here. I said some things and I ain't get to it. That Green Bay game in 2016, everybody look at the final stats. Say, well, Dak played good. But what was Dak doing in situation football time? You didn't do anything to get down behind, 21-3. The game was over.
Yeah.
Green Bay stuck. Even Troy Aikman was saying at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Troy said, why are they playing off coverage early? Green Bay let us back in. So they talking about that miracle pass that Rodgers made. It didn't make a difference because Dak threw the interception, and if the defense had the ball back, they picked it right back up. The game was over anyway. So I say that game was God time stats. Because that game was over. We never should have got close back in the game.
Nope.
And then the other one, the C game, where Romo made the fumble. They
Hey, Dak,
changed
man,
that
I can
because
barely hear you,
Seahawks
man.
did a cheap play. They changed it.
I can barely hear you. You breaking up, bro.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're gonna try
All right.
again.
Yeah, it's
Let
choppy.
me. Can you hear?
It's choppy, man.
I would do a delusional.
Okay, I'm
do
about
a
to
reconnect,
I'm
man.
about to
Yeah,
go get my side.
go out. I'm gonna take you out. Just come back in. I'll bring you back in.
Yeah. But yeah, because he was talking about the fact that you got a lot of pad stats, and then all those games, like the Packer game. Everyone's talking about, he came back, he threw for 400 yards. Yeah, the game was already over, so it don't matter, And so that's where delusion was talking about, and that's the thing that people don't understand. And this guy that we just read about talking about, what about the rest of the team? Well, listen, if you want to talk about other players on the team that got issues that haven't performed, Mozzie, he hasn't done his thing. You got what else you got? I mean, you got Jay. You could say Jay Ferguson didn't hold his weight. He was supposed to be that up and coming tight end. He didn't do it.
Nope.
What else? Who else we could say that? Tolbert. He was supposed to develop into that number 2. He apparently worked with Dak the whole offseason that year, and we're still waiting. So that's why the Cowboys had to trade for George Pickens. So, I mean, to say that no one's blaming other players. No, there's players that are being held accountable, but you can see that Jones is trying to make all those mixed matches and change those pieces out. But the one consistent thing throughout is Dak, and Dak's not doing what he needs to do.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not holding up his end of the bargain. He sure the hell not.
Yep. And just like the real fan says, Todd France, Toad France. If you hook the Cowboys on a line attack, I guarantee they all would say they would take Mahomes. And here's the thing: if you want to blame someone about Dak more on this, the Cowboys, think about it. Mahomes is in your backyard, and you didn't scout him out properly. You didn't try to trade up to get him. You didn't see that talent. I mean, Mahomes. I mean, I'm just saying that's another example of where you could say they've been incompetent because, and we heard stories like Stephen Jones had a call during the draft, and he didn't even answer the call.
Mm-hmm. Matt Burke, what up, bro?
Hey, JB, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Y'all hear me good, or?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You good?
All right. Hey, Derek, how you doing, man? You
Doing
like
good,
me
man.
on that Brady quip, man? I can't stand it when they say that nonsense, dude.
I know, right? I just can't. I'm sorry if I look like I lost it there, but
I do too, dude. That's why I did that rant in the chat. I'm like, stop the retardation, please.
It's just not fair. I mean, how can the guy's a Hall of Famer? Won how many Super Bowls? Is it 7 or 6? I can't keep track of that. And you're gonna equate Dak. Dak doesn't even have 5 playoff wins.
The thing is, they act like it was a 13-4 team when it was an 8-9 team. Like literally any playoff team would have knocked out the Bucks. The Cowboys just happened to play them that
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the Vikings would have beat them with. I mean, okay, here's one for you, Dak Slurpers. Is Dak Prescott versus Sam Darnold? All right, what do you guys think? Who would you pick? I'm curious what Delusional would say.
This year, Sam Darnold.
This year,
man, Sam Darnold ball.
Yeah,
Dak went 3-5, bro.
I don't know how that's going to be without Kevin O'Connell, though. I was saying that a lot in the offseason that if he stays with Minnesota, I think he'll be the guy you see. But if he goes somewhere else, there's a good chance that he'll end up being a Case Keenum.
Yeah. I mean, it's debatable. I mean, because my thing that I saw that has not changed with Sam Darnold, if he's got a perfect pocket, yeah, he's got the arm and all that. But when it breaks down, he just
he had an elite receiver core too. And he played well, but
elite receiver core too.
Yeah. I mean, but he did more with it than Dak was.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Can y'all hear me now?
Oh, you good, Dr. Delusional? Yeah, you good.
Okay.
What
am I about to talk about? Oh, that Seahawks game that everybody blamed Romo for that muff punt. Yeah. That was a cheap play. They changed the rule because they put a slippery ball in. That's why they changed the kickoff rule. But before then,
oh really?
it didn't come down to that. Remember, who was it on the goal line when Romo threw a pass out the goal line? Somebody fumbled, and the Seahawks got a safety and a touchdown. That was the game changer. That changed that game. Romo brought them back. We was in that game because Romo.
Hold on. You heard that talk? You heard that, Toad France? Romo brought him back to win the game. I just want to make sure everyone heard that. Can you say that one more time, Delusional?
Yeah, Romo brought them back to win that game because the first Parcells was scared to throw the ball. But then once they got behind, Parcells caught Romo loose. And Romo started throwing the ball. Then somebody had a big kickoff back. But really hurt us was we was in the goal on the goal line, and Romo threw a pass to Terrence Williams or somebody, and they fumbled the ball, and they got a safety, then they got a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So what that Seahawks game wasn't all about that fumbles, that must snap.
No,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. I came in late on Romo's career when I became a Dallas fan, and I remember early on he really did have his growing pains. You could see it on the field, but a lot of Dallas fans say he just tried to do too much. But you could see if you look at the season after season after season, he actually did progress. He got more poise in the pocket. He was making more accurate throws, reading defenses better. 2014, I still consider he took the Cowboys to the NFC Championship. I'm not going to, the refs totally blew that game,
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. Dak fans, they don't get that. They just see the stat lines and they think, oh, well, they have the same stats. Well, you got to watch the games to see that the stats don't mean anything. Here's the thing,
why I don't understand.
Year 9, Dak still looks like the 2016 version. That's the thing. His read progressions are damn near non-existent. He can't read a defense. You saw my comment in there. McCarthy threw down that iPad because Dak didn't audible out of a loaded box on a jet sweep.
That's why he slammed that tablet down.
Yeah, I mean, look, these guys might say, "Oh, it's a team sport." Yeah, no one's questioning that, man. But when he
brings the team down, that's the problem.
Yes, thank you. I mean, he does because the situations where he needs to take that team to the next level. Okay, look, here's another quarterback that you could say that better talent than Dak, but same basic problem. Was that quarterback that for the Bears that they got from the Broncos? I'm trying to remember his name now.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler, perfect example right there. He has the tools to make the throws, but he never did.
But Dak don't have the tools to make the throws.
And that's another thing. See, that's the thing. So now you got one guy has the tools, doesn't make the throws. Dak doesn't have the tools to make the throw and can't make the decisions to make the throws. So that's two negatives. You can't
Dak's
have
had
that.
more of the capability to play as a real caliber NFL quarterback. The problem is he's too damn lazy. He's too damn lazy. He doesn't put in the grind after the practices. He's not the first one there, the last one there. He's not he doesn't have the obsession to be better. He just goes off of enough talent to get him by.
Mm-hmm.
And if he would elevate that, if he would actually go in, I mean, man, when I hear he's like practicing on the field at home, I'm like, man, you got to be joking. Yeah, I can see it now. Oh, I just threw past the CeeDee Lamb. Now we're gonna have some barbecue and a beer. It's like, this is a joke, dude. Go to the facility. You live in Prosper.
Hey, man, let me read this comment from the Slurpee real quick. I want y'all to look at this.
Oh, God.
Romo was what y'all claim. He should have been more. Y'all just Romo fanboys. Now it makes sense on why y'all hate Dak. Yeah,
I didn't hate Dak.
Really no QB play.
I was rooting for Dak. Dude, I rooted for Dak all through 2016. I was happy for him. I really was.
Okay, the question that Dak...
He made me a doubter in 21 when he got shut out for 2 quarters and then tried doing the nonsense he did in the 4th quarter against the 49ers. Then he made me a straight-up hater in the divisional round when his picks gave them 6 points. It was supposed to be a 13-12 game.
Yeah.
The question for that Dak Slurpee is, when Romo was behind center, no matter how better the team was we was playing against, we still thought we had a chance to win that game called Romo. Can you say the same thing about that?
No.
Nope.
No, I want to add one point onto that. When you said about that, that's such a key point. You see, when Romo was quarterback, even Quincy Carter was quarterback, you never went in the game thinking, oh, well, after the first quarter, you knew how the game was going to end. Every time Dak has been quarterback, I could tell you by the end of the first quarter whether we're going to win or lose. And and with Romo,
I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead.
You know, even if we lose and he makes a stupid mistake, whatever, it was entertaining. It was fun. I mean, you had a fun with the loss. You can't say that with Dak. I can't name a loss with Dak Prescott where I left the game going, you know, that was a fun game.
Well, you also had some outrageous plays happen too. You see an outrageous play happen with Dak. Like I'll give Dak I'll give his credit against the Eagles back in 22 when he had that deep shot to T.Y. Hilton. Hell of a pass. I'll give him that.
How was that?
That's about it.
Nah, I ain't giving him that.
No. Stop. No. Listen to me for a second. That was a backup safety. If C.J. Garner-Johnson was in that game, that's a pick six or a pick.
Well, you're probably right. Sounds about right.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that? What was it? Was it the Giants took their players out, whatever, and Dak did that jump in the air. He went head first in the end zone. And everyone was like, "Oh, Dak being heroic." You're playing like the third string Giants players doing that nonsense.
Danny DeVito, or no, Tommy DeVito.
No. This
Tommy
was a while ago.
Cutlets.
And I'm going to cut nobody off. I'm going to show you how much the Cowboys wanted to pad Dak's stats. Because you remember 2021 when the Eagles, what year the Eagles first went to the Super Bowl? When the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, when they took out all their starters.
Dallas fan, what's up, bro?
And they let
Dude,
Dak
what's up, man?
It's
good to be on the show finally. I got to finally meet you. I know we've talked in the comments and everything. Yeah, man, just hanging out. I gotta say, I watched Tony Romo pretty much his entire career. I watched him from basically the 2007 season until he retired. So what, 1 year? He did progress every year. And the thing with Romo is every time we faced the best competition, you knew with Romo you were in the game. Every time. Now, he did choke early on in his career. He did make some mistakes there.
Right.
But you knew you had a chance with him. I mean, especially towards the end of his career, man. You look at that game against the Denver Broncos back in 2013. He went toe-to-toe with Peyton Manning that game. Now, he did choke. He threw the interception there. But he went toe-to-toe with some of the best of the best. And then Russell Wilson the year after. Remember when we beat the Seattle Seahawks in 2014 in Seattle? They hadn't lost in like a couple years. Guess who came through in that game? Mr. Tony Romo. I haven't seen that from Dak yet. Dak has only had a handful of games, I feel like, his entire career where he's played like against decent competition and actually played good. I saw Romo do it multiple times. So, again, at the end of the day, neither one of those quarterbacks got it done. But with Romo, you could at least see the potential. I haven't seen that from Dak yet. And I don't know if I see it from Dak yet, man. We have to.
You're not going to.
I don't know if I don't know if we're going to at this point. What is it? 10 years into his career, he had a loaded roster.
He is what he is at this point. And he's not fun. You know what the problem is? You know what? There's so many people who hate Dak Prescott because whether you win or lose, I can't even think of a game we won with Dak where I'm like, that was fun. It was tiring. I mean, it's weird as a fan. Like I didn't, like I said, it's one thing if you played the game and you're tired, but when you watch
I gotta say, it was probably that Patriots game a few years ago.
Yeah,
we were playing at Patriots, and it went to OT.
Yeah.
That one was fun to watch. I give him that.
That was defense in the run game of Zeke. They won that game with a playouts and pass because the Patriots
delusional.
Because the Patriots were worried about Zeke. That wasn't that. I could have put my Pete League quarterback in there and made that pass to see that he was so wide open.
And that's delusional. That year, the Patriots made it to the playoffs. But do y'all remember they got blown out by the Buffalo Bills in the wild card? They got blown out.
They did. Even though, it was in 21.
Even though he beat that team barely made it, and they weren't even good at that time. They were what, 2
Yeah, they
and
just Mac Jones was a rookie quarterback.
yeah. So they were.
My point is, there was nothing special about Dak. That play worked because the
no,
Patriots
there's
worried
nothing.
about stopping Zeke. And CeeDee Lamb got matter of fact, he had to wait for the ball.
Thank you for bringing that up. Sorry, I mean I played receiver, so I'm sorry. That's what drives me nuts with that. His throws.
Man, I look at every game frame by frame. I run it back on 22. I'm a coach and a scout. I don't want to talk about what I do, but I see this stuff like in slow motion. If you look at that play, they was worried about Zeke. CeeDee got wide open. He had to wait on the ball. That ball almost was so slow getting there. The defender almost caught up to a wide open man.
Yeah. I just, man, to me, I know Derek. I came on the live and you kind of were like, I said I was disrespectful towards Ryan Tannehill, but I mean, what I'm saying about Dak is he's a game manager. Okay,
No,
he's not. He is not a guy that can.
You can't. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. You can't manage a game getting down 3 scores.
No,
Yeah. You can't. That's true. I'm just saying that's his skill set, though. Like he's not. He really. I mean, at this point, he can't even run, so you can't even say he's mobile anymore.
The difference between a game manager and a game changer is a game changer can be somewhat behind, but they find a way to come back. Joe Burrow can do it. Obviously, Jaden Daniels can do it. It's not common to find those kind of quarterbacks.
No.
In fact, a lot of the quarterbacks are game managers, but I'm just sick of everyone making out Dak is elite and trying to put him up against Hall of Famers. He is not a game changer. Peyton Manning was a game changer. Tom Brady was a game changer. Patrick Mahomes been an AFC championship every year since 2018, is a game changer. Stop comparing their stats to Dak. He has nowhere near that kind of stratosphere. None.
I agree.
Zero.
I agree.
True?
Like I said, he's a middle.
Hold on. Is that true? The last time the Cowboys beat the 49ers when Andy Dalton was the quarterback?
Yeah. 2020. Yeah, it's been 5 years. It's been a long time, man.
And let me clear this up. Dak is no game manager. Dak is a front runner. If the run game is good, if the run game or defense is good and giving him a lead, then he's good. That is not a game manager. That's a front runner. If Dak got to come back and get you, look at the Green Bay game. When Green Bay went up 7 points, Dak was done. He was like, "How am I gonna get these 7 points back? I'm getting the ball behind."
Right. So he threw a fit.
He's just fine if he's down. He's just fine if he's down by 3 scores, though. If he's down by 2 or 3 scores, dude looks like he's an all-pro because they played prevent defense.
Absolutely. They did that with the Ravens.
But you have nothing to lose at that point. You have nothing to lose at that point.
No,
and whatever you do, it'll be if whatever he do at that point, if he throw an interception, it's all he was trying. We was already down by 3 scores. So what you expect?
Right.
Dak is a
That's the excuse. That's the excuse that they're losing. That's what they do all the time, man. They say, "Well, you're not supposed to give up. You're supposed to keep playing." But damn, the game is damn near over by now.
But where were you the first 3 quarters going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, putting the defense in a bad situation, throwing multiple turning the ball over multiple times? Like, you look at the game that we won this year against the Steelers, he almost single-handedly lost that game by himself. Granted, he came back. But we shouldn't have even been in that position.
Don't give him credit. He came back. No. He didn't come back. No. I ain't saying that.
And they didn't even have their starter. They had Justin Fields out there.
Right.
He just threw a pass to a wide open receiver. That's all he did. See, the thing I hate. I ain't gonna go on a rant here, but I'm gonna tell you one thing I hate. The one thing I hate was people get Dak over credit for doing this simple job. He just threw a simple pass to a wide open man.
True. Yeah, he did get open. I mean, if he would have missed that throw, man. The thing is, remember, he missed the throw like that. Remember when we were, I think it was overtime, 2021. We were playing the Raiders. I think. It was 2021, and he had a wide open Noah Brown.
Missed him.
Yeah, and he overthrew him. So I mean, for him, that's pretty good because he missed that throw. So
jump ball, jump ball. I got you.
Caveman nailed it right there. It's been 10 years. What's been the one constant? At what point do you have to look at the quarterback?
I thought that was in year 5.
Yeah, I think, really, if you're being honest, 2020 was kind of the time to move on from Dak. I mean, that's when, the Eagles did pay Carson Wentz in 2019, but they learned their lesson. They said, hey, this guy's not the guy. They went out there, they drafted Jalen Hurts. They traded away Carson Wentz year after, and the rest is history. And have they missed the playoffs since then? I don't think so. I think they've made it to the playoffs because when did Jalen Hurts become the starter full time? 2021?
Yeah, 21.
Right? Yeah. So they have
actually, Sirianni has had a losing season
as a starter. And you know what? He made the playoffs with just Devontae Smith. He didn't even have A.J. Brown at that time.
Right.
Yep. He still made
running
the
game.
playoffs.
He didn't have a running game either.
Yeah.
No, and I mean, you just look at our division rival, the Commanders, man. They made it to the end. They made it further than we have in 30 years with really, they had a decent team this year, but come on. We had way better teams.
I cheered on the Commanders fans, man, because they're in the same drought Dallas is. They were in the same drought Dallas was. So even though they're a rival, those fans have been through hell and then some.
Yeah.
I'm happy they got to see it turn around. I mean, good on them.
I mean, yeah, man, it's tough to say because I was very critical of the Brian Schottenheimer hire. I made a video about it a couple months ago. But it's hard because I actually like what he's been doing so far with what he's got to work with. The only thing I've already mentioned it's going to come down to Dak. He can't go out there like he has the last couple of years and stink up the joint. If he's going out there having multiple turnovers a game, it doesn't matter how great your team is. You ain't going to win that. Nobody's going to win that.
Nope.
Nobody.
You have plenty of loaded teams in the past that quarterback couldn't get it done.
And let me read this comment from the real fans. The Terrorist Mutual Journal. So what did Barkley do in the Super Bowl? And Hurts got. Oh, he says. So did Barkley in the Super Bowl and Hurts got it done? I guess he's saying
okay. Jalen Hurts showed up. He played well when he needed to.
It's so simple. I don't know why people can't understand this. The running back, traditionally was the regular season would carry the team, right? You go to the playoffs, everyone tries to stop the run. When you try to stop the run, that frees receivers. Your receivers are any good, and your quarterback's any good, you're going to get it done. And that's what Hurts did. Up to that point, if you were to ask me who was a better quarterback, Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts, I kind of was giving Dak it. But then in that Super Bowl, Hurts did what? Like you just said, he got it done. They were going to win that game. It was all on Hurts, and Hurts did it. He won the Super Bowl. That's his trophy. And give him his flowers. He earned that.
Deterious. I got a response. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, good.
That's all right. Dak has had basically 3 bad playoff games in a row. Because you look at the games that let's look at the last 3 years since 2021. Garbage against the 49ers. Big reason why we lost that game, if not the sole reason.
Yep.
The next year, he played good against the Bucks, but come on, 8-9 football team. Is that really that impressive? Okay, so I'll give him that. He had one good game. And then the next game, what did he do? All he had to do was dink and dunk. And he lost. I was so mad after that 2022 49ers. We should have gone.
Got outplayed by a rookie quarterback.
He got sad. All he had to do was manage the game.
That's it.
And he couldn't even do that right. So that's what
he's lost to. How many? Well, here's a question for you guys: how many rookie quarterbacks has he lost to in the playoffs?
He's lost to some quarterbacks that aren't that good. I mean, he lost to Jimmy Garoppolo.
JB laughing, but it's true.
He lost to Brock Purdy.
The Rams. The Rams.
Jared Goff.
Goff wasn't the rookie that season. We played him in 2018. He was
Yeah, 20. He was in his same year as Dak.
All
Third
right,
year.
fine, you're right.
But no, he lost to two. He lost
Jared
to
Goff
Brock
went to the
Purdy.
Super Bowl that year, though.
Yeah, he lost to Brock Purdy, and then the next year, this is the third one, he lost to Jordan Love. And people will say, well, he had a good game against the Packers. Dude, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Do you remember he threw a pick six when we were still in the game, and then he had another interception not that long after that? His two turnovers put us in that position. I mean, I'm not saying the defense played good. The defense was atrocious in that game.
But that
2023.
and a pick six didn't help at all either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
When he threw that first pick, the defense checked out. After they stopped, see, that's why I say don't look at stats and don't look at this. Look at the film. Look at the body motion. After Dak threw that first interception, after Green Bay stopped the Packers, because the Packers' first drive, they were aided by penalties. So the defense really stopped the Packers the first two drives. They were aided by penalties.
They did.
The second drive, they got the Packers off the field, and when Dak threw that interception, the defense checked out. So after that point, I don't care what the defense gave up because they wasn't playing no more.
You're right.
Yeah, and you also have to remember.
Second half was already over.
Yeah, we also had a lot of injuries. I don't know if you guys watch Facts Only Sports Big Country. He brought it up. We were missing like how many starters that game Dan Quinn was? We were missing we were missing like 3 or 4 starters that game too. So and the offense was healthy. And they couldn't do anything.
But regardless of that, man, the team, you could tell they looked at that in the Packers game, especially. You could tell the team was like, you know what? We know this song and dance, and they gave up. You know, that's just they did. I hate and what's this? Joe's supposedly working a trade, whatever. But the point is, at least how I see it is, Dak Prescott has gotten so many opportunities. He had a year where he had 3 great receivers, Amari, CD, and Gallup. And Zeke was still getting it done. Couldn't get it done with that team. You had a team with Dan Quinn where you had a defense that was getting it done. I mean, think about the Jets. You know what this funny? I could remember that the first game of the season, right, with Dan Quinn. Remember that? I mean, you're playing the Jets. The Jets don't have we're not good. And Dak didn't do anything. The defense won that game. The defense had to score touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Same with
the
the
Jets,
Giants.
man.
Same with the Giants. I remember that. The game one.
Yeah.
It was the defense and special teams carrying the team because
they say Dak
So, but I'm just saying when you at the end of the day, I mean, when these people want to know why you guys hate Dak so much, it's like, well, because he's killing opportunities. I mean, when you look at Tyron Smith, his career is over when he should have had a ring. Zack Martin, should have at least got a ring. I mean, not a ring, get to the championship. They should at least taste the idea of possibly being champions. And
2022.
Yeah,
that should have been it.
That should have been it. Yeah, and they didn't have.
Yeah, it was a year.
2022.
That year. Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off with the first game of the season, and if anybody who know football didn't realize what was going on with Dak, when we played Tampa. After the Tampa game, we were like, we don't got no receivers. Nobody can get open. We just a bad team. The receivers not no good. When Cooper Rush came in there, why did everybody get open? Why would it look like a different football team?
Every time Cooper Rush get in there, Dak delusional, it looked like a totally different team.
It's facts. I mean, the guy went.
The excuses, they said they had to dumb down the playbook for Cooper Rush. And I'm like,
no.
I think Mike McCarthy had to dumb down the playbook for Dak. Because Mike McCarthy would choose, or I think he would call the plays that he thought that only Dak could really execute. When he had a wide open playbook, he had to dumb it down for Dak. Because you can't tell me like y'all was saying he got mad in that playoff game. It was a lot of instances I think during the season or his time with Dak Prescott that he felt like, God damn, man, I can't call this play with him. I can't do this play with him. I can't. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
Did you see the play sheet he has? How it would, as the game progressed, the sheet kept getting folded in half, getting smaller. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah. I mean, I saw it. I'm kind of like, it's just to open up as the game goes on. But with Dak, it kept getting, take this play out. Take that. Can't do that.
Yeah.
And then you got this and you got this guy here, this slurper here talking about how fake reality and Dak's mechanics changing. Dude, all that's great. I'm gonna say it like this for you, Mr. Jones, right here. Dak is that guy that goes to cut a tree down with a hammer. All right. All right. I'm telling you, he working hard, but it ain't gonna work because you need an axe. So I mean, I'll tell you guys a great story about this. I was having to be at work one time. Okay, I had a guy I was working for, right? And I was trying to test his intelligence. That's when I knew, unfortunately, we had to let him go because I asked him this quick, simple question. I'm going to change his name. I'm going to say his name is John Doe. I said, John, if I gave you a hammer and I gave my wife an axe, who's cutting the tree down? He said he's cutting the tree down. I'm like, I said, hold on. Let me try this again. I'm giving you a hammer and I'm giving my wife an axe. Who's getting the tree down? He says he is. I said, why? Because I'm stronger. I said, it don't matter, man. You don't have the right tools. And that's what Dak is. He's a hammer that we're trying to cut a tree down with. And it's not going to happen. He's not a blunt axe. He's not an old axe. He's just a hammer. And you cannot use a hammer for that. For winning football games.
Hell no.
And I'm gonna say, did I cut anybody off? I'm gonna say one thing, like even Troy Aikman said, and a lot of quarterbacks, coaches say, you cannot teach accuracy. You born with it. No. And when I played street football, and I played college football and high school football, when we played street football, it was this fat guy who couldn't run and couldn't do nothing. You remember you'd be like 1, 2, 3 before you could rush the quarterback. This fat guy can throw the ball so good, but no other athlete can throw the ball better than him. My point is, you cannot teach accuracy. You have it or you don't. Dak don't have it. You can teach it, but when you teach it, everything got to be perfect. You got to hit the foot. You got to hit your back step at the right time. The line got to be blocking at the right time. You got to see that man open at the right time. But an accurate quarterback can drop back like, oh, he open. Boom, throw the ball. This man in my face. Boom, throw the ball. You will never get that from that.
Nope. Let me ask y'all this real quick. I want to ask everybody this. You know what I'm saying? On the panel, we can go one by one. We start with you, Derek. Like, so with our draft, and now with the acquisition of Pickens, what do y'all think we're gonna do with Dak Prescott on the, you know what I'm saying, at the helm? With now that the Slurpee saying this was the best draft we done had. Now this trade with Pickens, we Super Bowl bound. What y'all think is gonna have an effect on this?
No, we probably might be a playoff contender, wild card.
Yeah,
no. But you know, the way I look at it, man, you're a Super Bowl contender. You're a Super Bowl contender if you made the playoffs the previous year. Okay. Like you don't just go from a losing season to a Super Bowl contender. It's got to be earned. Mm-hmm. And we may have made some moves, but you have to re-earn that.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Yeah. This is the part that a lot of people are not paying attention. The division has gotten a lot tougher. You got to remember the NFC East was a weak division for a very long time, and we can't say it anymore because the Eagles obviously won the Super Bowl. The Commanders were in the NFC Championships, and the Giants, you can say what you want, they've been getting pieces every year. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of them putting it together. Now the question is, have they solved their quarterback situation? Because if Russell Wilson plays anything near to what he did, with the Steelers, Cowboys are in trouble because you're playing the NFC North, you're playing the AFC West. I mean, if we get 8 and 9, to me, that's a successful season based on based on what you're playing against, and you got a new coach and everything else. So if you 8 and 9, you have to call that a successful season. If you go past that, that's it's not. It's just an anomaly. So I just don't. No, we're not good. I mean, the draft was good. Don't get me wrong. I think you got good pieces. You addressed the middle, which will help the run, which is why we haven't been able to run the ball for the last, I think, 3 to 4 years, you could argue. Your quarterback will now be able to step up into the pocket because with Tyler Biadasz I mean, they had that pushback the whole time, so you don't have that anymore, hopefully. But at the end of the day, even with all that said and done, the question is, will your quarterback make the proper decisions and make the proper throws to do all those things? And the answer is, we already know. We have 9 years showing us that the answer is no. So,
And I'll just say it. To be honest, I've really liked what the Cowboys have done in the offseason. I've already mentioned it. As somebody that was very critical of the Schottenheimer hire, again, the jury is still out on him because he has not coached any games yet. But I feel like he's done a good job building the team. But is it going to be enough? It's hard for me to say because I still feel like this team could be a possible playoff team. I'm with Matt Burke on that. But Super Bowl contender, I wouldn't say so. Because even though we address defensive tackle, I feel like we're still the weakest at defensive tackle out of everybody in the rest of the division. I just don't think that we're going to be stronger unless we make a trade or something like that. Corner, we're strong, but we have a lot of injuries this year with Siobhan Revell and Trayvon Diggs not possibly coming back, which will hurt us, especially the early part of the season. In a perfect world, I feel like the Cowboys could do some good things this season, but then Dak, I don't have faith that he's going to be able to get it done. Because I feel like Shoddy has done a decent job building like a decent roster for him. I feel like the team is good enough to make it to the playoffs, depending on what happens. It's going to be tough though, because the rest of the division is very strong. But also we have the worst quarterback in the division. I mean, there's no other. I mean, people are trying to argue with me saying that Russell Wilson, Dak is better than Russell Wilson. No, he's not. No, he's not. Russell Wilson may not be what he was, 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, but the guy has still been to 2 Super Bowls and won one. The guy has still proven time and time again that he can be a top-notch quarterback. We have the worst quarterback in the division. We have some questions in the secondary with injuries and defensive tackle. To me, the Pickens trade definitely helps us a lot. But again, it's going to come back to Dak. It's going to come back to injuries and stuff like that. So I don't want to be doom and gloom. I actually do have a little bit of hope, but again, it's all going to come back to Dak, man. That's where I'm kind of I can't buy in because I don't trust the quarterback leading the charge. I just don't. And Dak is supposed to be this guy that's a great leader, right? But honestly, he's had some questionable leadership moments, especially the last couple of years, saying, jump off if you want to. We effing suck, all this sort of stuff.
Dak jumped off.
Yeah, right. Remember Trayvon Diggs cussing him out a couple years back in training camp?
I've never seen that in any sport, even street ball, where a player would cuss out the quarterback. I have never seen that ever. That's just all you need to know. I'm sorry. That whole when Trayvon did that told me exactly what's going on inside that locker room. To know that we don't get privileged enough to hear at all.
Right. And sorry, just to close out, I think the Cowboys have a talented football team and everything, but with the defensive tackle question still up in the air, with the injuries and with the quarterback, I feel like, and with how strong the division's going to be, I think it's going to be tough. But I do think they got a solid team, but we're just going to have to wait and see, man. That's all I got to say.
And the crown jewel delusional.
Okay, so that means me now. Oh, did we
crown
get
jewel
Rush?
Delusional? Round this up.
Oh, it's me now. So we got rid of Cooper Rush. When I think of Cooper Rush, we could make it to the championship or Super Bowl. But since Dak our quarterback, this is what's going to happen. We're going to run our way to the playoffs, and then we're going to get in that playoff game. And CD and Pickens going to look at Dak throwing the ball behind them, and both of them are going to blow up. And that's going to be the ball game. And then everybody's going to say is, after the defense quit, they're going to say, well, Dak came back in the fourth quarter. He scored 3 touchdowns. But it was too late. We was already 5 touchdowns down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know who's going to be the steal of the draft, though? I think that UCLA defensive tackle. I would not be surprised if he has a great season.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, he's gonna be good.
Because
who was that? Who was that?
Jay
7th round pick.
Yeah, I like him, man. Jay Toy.
Gosh, you seen the tape on him?
Yeah.
I'm saying
got
so
some
when
talent.
they talk about the
And Facts Only Sports even did a thing on our D tackle good. Everything is good. It boils down to one. It boils down to number 4.
Yeah, I mean, it really does.
I think
man.
we ought to stop the run now.
Yeah.
I think we got to stop the
it's
run.
not all on 4. I mean, most of it is, but we gotta have Bland's got to be healthy this year. We can't have a year where, like last year, where our secondary is just injured.
Right, and that's one of the biggest questions I got is just with the secondary talent wise is there. We can compete with some of the better teams, but can they stay healthy? I mean, we already have 2 of them that are coming off of some bad injuries, ACLs. I mean,
okay, can I play the if game? Let's play the if game. If our team is healthy, so we ain't gonna go with the injuries. If our team is healthy, what is your biggest worry?
Dak
Prescott.
I mean, is it for sure, man? I mean, he is the biggest weak spot on the team. He really is. It's just
we're not the only people that go through this. I mean, the 49ers went through this with Jimmy Garoppolo. Now they're going through it with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, and Brock Purdy, man, I don't know. He's good. He's done more than Dak, but I don't think I'd pay him $16 million.
Garoppolo and Purdy did more than Dak.
Yeah.
Didn't Garoppolo go to the NFC Championship game?
He went to the Super Bowl.
He went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won an NFC title.
Are y'all dissing Brock Purdy?
No, Mr. Delusion. No, sir.
I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying he's not.
No, but I'm gonna tell you what Brock Purdy did. Stop. Listen for me for 1 second. Remember we played Brock Purdy in the playoffs? We stopped San Francisco run game. They got nothing.
You know, the receivers too.
Brock Purdy opened the run game up by making the passes he needed to make at the crucial times.
Well, can you say that again? Did you say Brock Purdy, the quarterback, opened up the run? I'm sorry, I'm a Cowboy fan. I don't know what that's about. Please explain that.
Remember we played Brock Purdy and the 49ers in the playoffs. We stopped their run game.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy opened up that run game by making the passes needed at the crucial times.
Wait, you mean the quarterback can do that?
Every quarterback besides the quarterback for the Cowboys. So the Cowboys.
You got to admit.
There you go.
Got to admit, he made.
I didn't know that was a thing, man. I'm sorry. I was caught off guard.
You know what drives me crazy with the Dak fans is that it's all about the fourth quarter with Mr. Stat Pad Scott. But when I watched that Packers game back in 22, and I'm thinking, all right, 28 to whatever, like 28-3 or something on the Packers. It's like Dak's got to score some points at the fourth quarter, and he gets shut out. Then we go to overtime and we lose because the defense gave up a lot of points because Dak kept going 3 and out.
Yeah, he's gone. I mean, even 2016, JB, I think I mentioned on one of your videos in the comments. Remember, he had that good game in 2016 in the playoffs against the Packers. But now that I remember,
stop. He didn't have.
Well, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Remember, we were down by 3 scores.
Stop. What was the score? It was 21-3. How's that a
that's
good
what
game?
That's what I was going to get to, Dak Delusion. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute, we were down 21-3. So really, it doesn't change any pattern. He's kind of always been.
We had points on the board. That's all that mattered.
Wait. Say what? We had points?
No, but it's true, man. I was just going to get to that. We were down 21-3. So I was like, and remember, Jeff Heath. I think if we would have won that game, he would have been our MVP because he got 2 turnovers off of Aaron Rodgers that put
He sure did.
That put the offense back in a good position. So now I think about it, he's really never changed. He's always been a kind of
2016 version.
Yeah,
you've heard what Dak says, man. He's like he lines up. I hear it every day, man. Here we go. I can't throw. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
We didn't even belong in that Packers game. You know what the Packers did? Listen to that Packers game again. Troy Aikman was saying, he was like, what is the 49ers doing? Why are they playing off coverage so early? they let us back in the game with a weak defense. But when it counted, when we needed a touchdown, they said a field goal ain't gonna make a difference because we got Aaron Rodgers on our side. They said, well, okay, if we hold them to a field goal, we gonna still win this game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I hate that.
Dak had an opportunity to go down there and score a touchdown. And that was before that that throw that Aaron Rodgers made. That was before that. So
that's true.
If Rodgers would have made that throw, we still would have been winning because all they got out of it was a field goal.
Oh shoot, good point.
That's true.
Right.
Remember that? Because
that.
we had ran the ball down the field with Zeke, so it was actually Zeke was driving us down the field. Dak had missed a couple. I think he missed a couple throws that would have been an easy throw. And that's why, because I remember including me back then, I went after Jason Garrett back then for making the calls. But I don't think Jason Garrett really made that bad of calls. Dak just didn't make the throws.
He just didn't execute.
Just didn't execute.
Linehan said it best. Scott Linehan said it best. They asked him about his time with the Cowboys, and he just said, well,
and the reason we got back in
it.
that game because they started playing prevent coverage too early, and Zeke started running the ball down their throat. But when it counted, they tightened up the defense, said, no more Zeke. Here you go, Dak. Do your thing. And he said, okay, Zeke ran me down here. Zeke ran it down there. They said, okay, Zeke, you ain't doing nothing else. And what did Dak say? I can't do nothing else. We're going to kick this field zone. The field zone, Zeke got us.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and then on top of that, getting Jeff Heath getting those 2 interceptions, man, was key. I remember that changed. We were getting blown out, and that changed the game. That actually gave us a chance.
Here's a question for you guys. If the defense is playing at the level of, let's say, like the 2000 Ravens or even the Tampa Bay, not 2000 Ravens, 2000 Ravens or even the Tampa Bay defense, where do you think our offense can go? Like with this
I think it could go
divisional.
I think it could go
divisional
pretty
still.
high. I think it could go pretty high because you got to think about in 2000s. I'm not saying that Dak is necessarily great. We're all
Trent
pretty
Dilfer
critical
wasn't.
of him. No, that's exactly
but
what I'm
Trent
saying.
Dilfer did enough to not screw up the game. Dax does that.
Matt, why you gotta rip my
game.
heart out? I was trying to give myself some hope, and you just had to.
Okay, can
my goodness.
Dak me, man.
Can I explain one thing? Can I explain one thing about football?
Yeah,
it's like a war. When people go fight wars, where you don't fight your war at on your own homeland. You go out and conquer land, and you give your defense something to protect. With Dak, you're not conquering anything to give your defense anything to protect. Dak want the defense to gain land. Your defense don't supposed to gain land and get turnovers and all this. What Dak want and Dak fans want, that's extra. Your defense supposed to protect what the offense got you. Mm-hmm. What country fight a war on their own land?
Yeah, that's what every coach will tell you.
Well, yeah, man. You got to have – there's only every 15 years. I looked this up. Since 1985, there has every 15 years, and this is crazy, there has been a defense that's been so dominant they've been able to carry the offense. The 85 Bears, the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, 2015 Denver Broncos. It's every 15 years since 85. It's crazy. I didn't know this until I thought about it in my head today.
Bucs,
I was like –
that Buck defense when they won with Brad
2002, yeah.
Okay,
2002.
I'd say 2013 Legion of Boom too.
Yeah. That's
okay, let me ask you this question though. Out of all those teams you just named, ask how many interceptions did a quarterback throw, and how many 3-and-outs did that quarterback go? What the defense doing?
Manning was pretty bad in 2015, though. I will say that in the playoffs.
It's more to do with the 3-and-outs more so than interception, I think, at times. Because, Dak doesn't throw as a lot as we'd like to say. It's just his timing of interceptions with the problem. The time in which he does interceptions is like key parts of the game where you cannot turn over the ball.
It's not the timing, it's the place. He turns it over like in his own 20 or 30-yard line, already racking up the opposing offense.
But look at the score. No, hold on. You've seen games where we should have won it. And that's what I mean by the timing of the game, which is you have no business. You're like you said, you're right, the area of the field or maybe, but the time of the game has to do with the momentum and trying to end the game. He will turn the ball over.
Like in the 49ers game. We was in scoring position. He threw the ball in the middle of the field
that was...
to a linebacker, and he had like what? He had like 20 yards of green grass in front of him. He could have ran, and it
was second and 2.
Thank you.
It wasn't even a desperate situation.
No.
We're going into halftime. There's a minute something left. It's second and 2. All he had to do was pull the ball down and run for the first down.
But you see,
I don't even want to remember that. That was like
that's what I'm saying.
That 2022 game, man. That was I felt in my heart that was our year, man. And he single-handedly lost us that game. I'm sorry. When your defense
you talking about the Pack? You talking about
the 49ers. So when everybody say, I don't mean to cut nobody off. When everybody say who you going to replace him with, put Trey Lance in that position right now. We win that game.
I say Cooper.
Honestly, you could get just about anybody.
Fields, I mean, there's so many quarterbacks I'd take over him. I'm sorry, but
I'd be fine with starting Joe Milton, and he was trash last year.
Well, honestly, man, I mean, you could have gotten Mac. I just wish we could have moved. Just think about this. We could have still kept Shoddy as the coach, right? It's just hypothetically. We could have gotten somebody like Mac Jones for $10, $15 million. I'd feel better going into that season because he would fit Shoddy.
Hold on. Let's go back. Go back to this offseason, okay? Let's assume the Cowboys did not re-sign Dak Prescott. All right. Yeah. So your options at quarterback are, like you said, Mac Jones. You got Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. We could throw down Russell Wilson. Doesn't matter.
Put Trey Lance in there.
I would have drafted Shedeur.
You could even say Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold too.
Down. I mean, all these guys were available, and the Joneses, like I said, they panicked. I'm convinced that signing of Dak was always a panic move, because when Trey Lance had the 5 interceptions, they panicked. I'm convinced.
They announced the deal 3 hours before kickoff. Was
it 3 hours? No, I thought it was.
It's all about money, man.
It was that morning. It was that morning.
That's why I was doing that. I was like,
of that game before
of kickoff. Yeah.
The jersey sales. The jersey sales, man.
Yeah.
Like he sells a lot of jerseys, and he could have sold that, because think about it, 2023. He had that great season. Granted, it was every time he played a decent team, he was bad. But he had a good year. And his fan base, I saw everybody begging. I was like, if you're gonna pay Dak, give him a team-friendly deal. Make sure it's a long-term deal so we have an out in his contract so we can move on from him. If you're gonna pay him. I didn't really want to pay him. But they didn't do that. They stuck with the same old terrible contract, and they just increased it by $20 million. It was like,
it's not so much team friendly as far as like the money goes. It's also the years, because you're going to have lower cap space. You're going to have lower cap hits each year the longer it is. Like the most team friendly deal you could have gotten out there, Patrick Mahomes.
That's what I was saying. You could have paid him $50 million or whatever, $45 million, which would have been, fair. They would have put him right in the middle of the pack, and he would have gotten more than what he had, and you could have done it for a 6-year deal. That way you had an out with his contract, and then you could have added a no trade clause or gotten rid of the no trade clause. Opposite. My bad.
Dak Delusion to respond to this Dak Slurpee real quick. Dak Delusion was lying. Cowboys drove down the field by pass only over Zeke runs. Stop lying with narratives. What?
Well, that's not really true, Dimitri, because we actually did run the ball with Zeke as well. So, yeah, Dak did make some passes, like I said, but then he didn't make the passes. Yeah, he didn't make a lot. So that's not entirely true. So, anyways.
Well, the thing is the Dak fans, you were talking about 22, and yeah, I agree, that was our year. And the funny thing about 22, I always heard about, oh man, all the receivers, they keep dropping passes when Dak was in. I didn't hear it when Cooper Rush was playing that year.
Wait. Can I ask one question? Everyone keeps saying 22. The year that we played the Rams, that was Dak's rookie year, right?
That was 2018.
I think that was our year because we could beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I mean,
I wouldn't trust Dak again. I wouldn't trust Dak against Joe Burrow.
Well, we didn't now. Yes,
that wasn't 2018. Burrow wasn't even in the league then.
No, it was
Burrow
20.
there
I was
the
thinking of
year that the
2021.
Bengals were garbage. And Burrow
2021.
was dragging them to the Super Bowl. Literally dragging them to the
Yeah,
Super
he's
Bowl.
thinking of 2021 because Burrow, he didn't come into the league of 2018, right?
Yeah,
That was his
22 is
rookie
when that terrible opener where
'Cause it's
Dak
the
was
Rams
terrible,
versus-
having
it was-
garbage thrown at him, and then he got injured.
2022, yeah.
And
Because
then
it was the Rams. It was the Rams versus the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and I'm telling you, I
Yeah,
think the
20
Cowboys could have beat because we already beat the
yeah, we'd
Bengals
have
that year badly. We destroyed Burrow and all that year.
See, the thing is, people always say the Cowboys couldn't stop. Cowboys didn't have a good run stop defense. You know, when we beat Seattle, that was the #1 run team, and we
Sure
shut
was.
them down running.
Yep.
Sure was.
Yeah.
They
Well,
was
are you
the
talking
number
about?
one running team that year.
Only reason we
Well,
couldn't
you're talking
stop
about
the
2014, right?
2018.
2018.
Only reason we
Okay,
couldn't
yeah,
stop
yeah,
the
okay.
Rams run game was because they were going 3 and out. The defense was tired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. I'm just saying, if Dak was a real quarterback and did, like, I don't know, Derek Carr, I mean, shoot, I'd take anything at this point. We could have won that game, and you can't tell me we couldn't beat the Bengals. I just don't buy that. And that was
we beat them the next year. So why couldn't we beat them?
Yeah.
We beat them in
No,
2022.
that's true. Yeah, but because Cooper Rush played them.
True. True. Yeah.
And who was his number one receiver at that time?
It was CD and Noah Brown. That's all he had.
No. The Rams? No, it was he had
No.
Dez Bryant.
We beat Cincinnati that year with Matt Burke was talking about.
Oh, you talking about
it was
number one was Noah Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Noah Brown and CD because remember Michael Gallup hadn't come back until 2 weeks after because he was coming off of the ACL injury that he had the year before, so he was still out.
You had
and
Actually, yeah, just to give you all a refresh of 2022, the game 1 was Tampa Bay where we lost 19-3. Game 2 was the Bengals where Cooper Rush had his first start, and then game 3 was also the Rams. So we played both teams, Super Bowl teams of the previous year.
Yeah, exactly.
With a backup and
they was healthy. They was healthy.
Yeah,
they were healthy. I mean, when you think about the Bengals too, we could have beaten the Bengals by more than even a field goal because remember Dalton Schultz fumbled inside the red zone, and then Cincinnati scored, and that changed the momentum. Otherwise, we could have beaten them by more than even a field goal, like we did the Rams.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
I think that was the year for us to win that year.
And then when Dak came back, he played all bad teams. So he was healthy. Remember? Okay, everybody remember this? Dak was clear to play Philadelphia, but guess what he did? He sat on the bench. He said, "No, I ain't coming against that good team. I'm gonna wait till I play Chicago." Who was it? He came back again.
He played Detroit.
It wasn't that. Jerry was giving Cooper Rush the Dak treatment from 2016. He wasn't going to take Cooper Rush off the starting job until he lost the game.
Yeah,
and that's why you saw Dak, as jubilant as an Eagles fan could be, hopping and skipping in the locker room after we lost that game. I saw it, man. Like he was the biggest Eagles fan you'd ever thought.
Well, man. Because think about the only in 2022, in my opinion, Dak had only 3 good games. He had a good game against the Vikings, who made it to the playoffs. They're the team that kind of got lucky, even though they were 13-4, right? He was good against them. He was good against the Bears, who were atrocious that year.
Yeah,
he had a good game against the Eagles, but then again, remember the Eagles were missing multiple starters, so
they're banged up.
Yeah, and the Buccaneers, and then all the other games he either was just mediocre, didn't do anything, or he was atrocious. He was horrible. Like, remember that? Do y'all remember when we were beating the Jacksonville Jaguars that year? And he actually played pretty good in the first half, and then he had one of the interceptions that he threw in overtime wasn't his fault, but the other one that he threw inside the red zone and the Jags came back.
Yeah, that's the one they were blaming Noah Brown. I remember that.
That actually was on.
Hey, hold up. In that game, Dallas fan, that pass to Noah Brown, that wasn't Noah Brown just dropped. Did you see how Dak threw that ball?
Yeah. He threw a fastball to his gut.
And he was all balanced, and he threw an inaccurate pass. That's why that ball.
He threw it right to him, but he threw it like a fastball. I mean, you do that with a football, it's going to bounce right off of you.
And that's what happened.
Still,
So
in his defense, you know how they were all saying, "Oh, half his interceptions weren't his fault." Well, I was saying, well, there's only 3 or 4. That was one of the 2 that actually wasn't his fault. But that doesn't excuse that he still threw, 13 interceptions that were clearly his fault, and
Well,
even
I
that
might
one is
be
kind
old
of
school on this, but I always felt if you touch it with your hands, you gotta catch it. That's just
No,
that's just me.
no. I'm a receiver. That's just old
I was
receiver
too,
talk.
man.
That's just old
I
receiver coach talk. You can't catch a ball running the slant and the ball behind. You can touch it, but you can't catch it.
CeeDee Lamb does it all the
that's fair.
time, though.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
Noah
will say
Brown
this.
got some touchdown passes in that game too, though. Now,
Yeah.
In
Noah Brown had
2022,
touchdown passes.
in 2022, when Cooper Rush had his first start against the Bengals, I kid you not, Steve Young actually said this. He said Dak Prescott could learn a thing or two about read progressions from Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Your starter learning the
100%.
basics from a backup.
Nate, I don't know what's going on with Dak. Maybe he's distracted with all the money that he's making, or
He
He
doesn't
doesn't
house and
care.
stuff.
He doesn't care. He
you know?
doesn't care to master the fundamentals. That's why his fundamentals look like he looks like the quarterback of 2016. I've seen no progression of Dak in all the years. I have.
No, hold on.
So,
I'm gonna
Dirk,
say
do you
this.
think
Hold
the
on.
way I
I'm gonna say
think it-
this. Let me say this one thing, okay? He has changed his mechanics. He's changed a lot of different things. The part that we're all talking about that in terms of has not changed is not the part of physically how you throw the ball and all that. It's more to do with studying game tape, watching tendencies, what defenses do, knowing that, okay, they're lining up, they're doing this. They have a tendency to do this, so therefore I'm going to do this, changing the play to that. He has not the mental side of the game. He has not done all the physical crap. He's gotten as good as he's going to get. He's not a natural thrower of the ball. So everything like Lucian was saying, it's mechanic, it's robotic, and that's why you're doing the hip thrust dance and all this other garbage, which he has to do. Okay, granted, he's done the effort on that. That's not the part that's questioned. The question is, when it's the off season or even regular season, are you watching the tape and looking for the tape? Do you even know what you're looking at? Because a lot of times, I don't know if Delusional, you played receiver and I played receiver. I know, like for me in high school,
I played receiver.
I didn't know what I was looking at. I'm being honest with you. But then when you get older, you played a while, then you're like, okay, now I know what I'm looking for. And corners will kind of give you a hit at what's going on, especially the safeties. That kind of gives you an idea where to sit in the hole and get the ball. And your quarterback and you have to be on the same page of that, and that means you both have to watch tape together. That's if you have a good quarterback. But I don't see Dak doing that. And like Darren Woodson said it, that was it this offseason or last offseason where he said, he has an office at the facility.
That was the season before the Super Bowl game. He said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He sees Dak throwing everyone but CD. And why is that? Because your and delusional. Am I wrong about this as a receiver? If you don't trust your quarterback, what happens? You don't.
If you don't trust being a quarterback, you ain't going on there. You ain't wasting your time.
No,
that's it.
I also want to bring this up. Do you remember a couple years ago after we lost that playoff game, how CeeDee Lamb's mom pretty much came out and said that Dak wasn't it? Like she didn't believe in him. You don't think that CeeDee Lamb is kind of
Well, I think that 2023 playoff game broke the trust relationship between CD and Dak because it hasn't been the same between the two ever since. It's been really rocky, and you see CD call him out every now and then. And it's because you got to believe in your guy, and if you don't care. I mean, I get it. If I'm a defense and I don't think the guy who's throwing the ball can win the game, why am I going to put my all in every snap for a loss? It's
like that Slurpee here said it. Like that's on your point you just made. He made a comment about how whatever that guy that's been bugging us talk about how you're making excuses for the defense they gave up on. Why they haven't given up? They've got to play the game. It's because if you're an athlete and you've seen the same song and dance over and over again, there's only so much of that energy you're going to have to say, I want to keep going through it. And that's what that Packer game to me was. The Dallas Cowboy defense saw it, and they're like, you know what? I had enough. They did.
Well, Derek, and I'm a receiver.
Yeah.
Derek,
I was going to say that it's because of 2022. The defense played their tails off in that 49ers game, and who was the sole reason we lost that game? Number 4. And
the
they're like,
only
really?
guy they couldn't account for in that game was Kittle. And he went off. I'll give him that. But they held everyone down. They held Debo down. They held Brandon Ayuk down. They definitely held CMC down.
And what's his name? Debo. He didn't do squat in that game.
Yeah. And so you think they're going to believe in the guy that lost them the game? So,
right.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here we go. I can't throw. All right, go ahead, play.
Let's see. This is against. Okay.
Where is it?
What's this? Who was that?
Yeah.
Is it Seahawks game?
Who are we playing? Yeah.
That's the.
Oh God, the one to
pissed.
Zeke. Yeah, I remember that. That was garbage. Look at this garbage.
Look at Zeke. What about
look at Lamb. He's like, what the hell?
Look at his face, man. He's just like, really? This again?
He's deflated. He's deflated.
Like, here we go.
I remember watching that game. Those passes that that Dak was throwing to him early on.
This is like a 5-yard pass. How's he missing that?
That's like a 7-yard gain if it's ball right. And he might have ran him over for the first
Actually,
time.
he would have got more than 7.
He didn't even have pressure on him.
All right, how did he miss? How did he miss?
That's like an easy throw.
I'm going to show you. It's this. This is how he missed. This is how he
People
missed
talk.
right here.
People talk about
he's doing this.
Trey Lance.
He's doing this. Notice where the hand is.
Remember when they talked about Trey Lance missing that easy throw in the preseason like that? I'm like, well, who else missed it?
Did it.
Well, now that then we've talked about this game more, and you showed that film. I remember watching it early in, and Dak was throwing behind CD on the slant route.
Yeah,
and then I remember that easy pass that CD should have caught it for a first down. I'll admit it, but when you make these kind of throws and stuff, you're gonna fuck with your damn receiver's confidence, dude.
Yeah,
like that's
Brandon Cooks have to make amazing plays just to catch the ball, man. It's hard.
Brandon Cooks is a great example. You go back to the Packers game. Remember that one throw? I thought Cooks was gonna die on that one catch. I don't think he made it. I don't think he even caught it. But and I'm just thinking, you look at Lamb, and let me tell you something. Lamb is a phenomenal receiver. I just don't know how he catches those balls. I just gotta look at it like if Lamb had a real quarterback, imagine what he would be able to do.
Dude, he'd be. This may be crazy to say. I think he could be better than Justin Jefferson because Justin Jefferson, I guess, could have Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins is a better pure passer than the football than Dak Prescott. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but he could be. He could be. You never know.
This is where Lamb. This is bullshit. Why isn't Trey in? That's good.
Well, honestly, I don't think Trey Lance. People were talking about him throwing hospital balls and all this sort of stuff in the preseason. I'm like,
they were slamming
Dak
on him
Prescott
because he was
does that
a
all the
threat to
time.
Dak.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the highlight when CD was saying jump ball. He was telling Dak to throw it up for his jump ball. That's 50-50
jump ball for jump ball. I got you.
Yep.
Dak not going to do
That's
that.
why CD was pissed.
Yeah, he's not great at throwing the jump ball, man. He can throw.
George is going to have some frustrations. Judge is going to have some frustrations with this quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Justin Fields is not good at the jump ball. Dak Prescott's not good at the jump ball. And George Pickens is going to have a freaking – oh, my God. I hope he beats up Dak on the sideline. Oh, my God. It'd be worth it.
Let me ask this quick question that I want to ask after you said something there.
What's that?
When Jerry kept Rush out there against the Eagles, he was hoping that he played good against the Eagles because Dak would never play another down for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he would have beat the Eagles that game, it was over for Dak.
Well, I think that's how it is with, when he traded for Trey Lance, he's tried a bunch of things trying to not pay him. I mean, I honestly, there's times where I wonder if that draft, when we draft Micah Parsons, because it felt like there's a little hesitation. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a good pick. But I wonder if there's times where they go back and look at it as like, man, did we make the right decision? Because
I wanted to draft Stetson Bennett. I really did.
He could have got rid of Dak last year if he'd put Trey in for the whole season. Because Trey would have got better and better.
Oh, there he is. There's Junkie.
There's Junkie. Come on,
there
bro.
He is.
He ain't
King
finna
of the
ball.
garbage,
He ain't
man.
finna bro.
Well, Junkie in here.
Come on,
There
come on.
he
He gotta come on.
He's got to come on.
Come
You're all
on.
mad that Dak's
Put a link in the chat. Come on, get over
throwing
here, bro.
interceptions. I ain't mad about Dak throwing interceptions. I know that's what he is. He's gonna throw some. He's gonna kill George Pickens.
Well, I've gotten to the point where I just laugh at the picks.
I mean, because everyone talks about the volume. It's not the volume of picks. It's the timing of when you throw interceptions.
Timing and the place.
Yep.
You know, it's a lot different when you throw an interception like in the opposing red zone than it is throwing it in your own red zone.
Mm-hmm. Just a big difference.
A big difference. And that's where he threw the most of his down interceptions. And then if you look at him, a lot of them are close to the line of scrimmage too. A lot of his interceptions don't even be past the linebacker position.
Because
on the damn line.
Because the defense, let me explain this real quick. Because the defense say we're going to play close to the line to stop the run because we know Dak ain't going to go deep. He did it in 2 consecutive playoff games, the 49ers and the Green Bay. Where did they pick the interceptions off? In the middle of the field, not more than 5 yards down the field.
Man, it's the pre-snaps. Team defenses catch on to this crap where you just have the pre-snap play. You don't do any reads. And that's what the 49ers did, especially.
Oh, JP, tell me you get Junkie on here.
I put the link in the chat.
Come on.
He's gonna get up here, though.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, like teams catch on to this. I mean, I remember that 49ers game where they were overloading the right side because they knew Dak was just going to go to the right. And then you see a T.Y. Hilton wide open in a slot for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's the middles, man. Dak's got to do better at the middles, but it's year 10, and he is who he is now.
And that's what happened this year because, you look at the Niners. The reason why the Niners are having such a hard time to figure out whether they want to sign Brock Purdy is just the league's finally figured it out because he has to throw it inside the hashes. He can't throw it outside the hashes. And once you eliminate that and then Brock Purdy has to throw outside the hashes, he's in trouble. That's why the Niners are having that hesitation part because they like what they've gotten from him, but even they have to be honest to see his limitations. So that's where you got
Brock Purdy saved their jobs. People don't realize that.
He did. No, I'm saying he did listen, Brock Purdy did what he had to do. He saved John Lynch's job. There's no question about that. But at the same time, they got to be real and be looking at it like, okay, can we do what we need to do with him? Because we're going to have less. And less is not going to help Brock Purdy. Purdy needs all those pieces.
Well, they can't go anywhere without him.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying that's the situation they're in. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. And so that's where they're at. It's the same thing with the Bengals right now. They needed those receivers. They need Burrow, but now that's it. They can't do nothing. So they're dead meat themselves. And that's how I kind of feel with the Cowboys with this last contract with Dak. Because if you just let Dak walk, I mean, in the draft you just had, oh my gosh.
Man. And speaking of T.Y. Hilton, remember the Cowboys said they were going to sign him back? But look at that game. And look at when they kept showing T.Y. Hilton on the sidelines, telling Dak, look, I'm open. Look at more than the CD. And they were like, you're embarrassing Dak. Oh, no, we ain't bringing you back.
Because he told the truth. I know. You hear that, Junkie?
Dude.
He told the truth. Hold on, let me say that again. Junkie. T.Y. Hilton told the truth. All right, sorry.
He told a narrative.
I mean,
okay, man. Why are the Cowboys the only team in the NFL?
Dude, that's been forever though. That's been since the '90s. We couldn't run a screen, so you can't even put that on that. That's been a problem for a long time. I don't know what that's about.
Right, Davis. It's no more excuses for you, Dak boys. No,
they'll find one. They'll blame the coach. They'll blame the cheerleaders, the towel boy,
the entire receiver core. The entire receiver core.
You know how it is delusional, man. You know how it's like when you get that towel, it's not warm. You know how it is. It's not acceptable.
That's why never tell me Dak is a game changer because I'll just laugh. He is not.
Yeah, your boy already
You have
said
to elevate.
he's a game changer. Play for Carolina. Goddamn, what's his
Now I
name?
think now in all respect, I think Junkie's right. He'll have a better season this year.
Yeah, Cam Newton. They was mad at Cam when he said that shit.
Dak is a game manager. And
Hey,
they're like,
JB,
Calling out the facts.
you know who they don't quote no more? They don't quote James Jones no more because James Jones be getting on Dak now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Junkie. We got you in the house.
Junkie.
Bro.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I hear some slurping, but yeah, I heard you.
Hey, I can't go. I'm at work right now, so I can't.
My
I'm
bad.
driving. I'm driving,
Okay.
but it's all good. As long as y'all can hear me.
Hey,
I'm
you
cool.
got my package? Hey, Chuck, you got my
but
package?
check this out. I don't deliver packages, homie. I'm a semi driver. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. I understand everything y'all. I understand everything y'all saying, right? Right. But Jerry Jones finally did something, bro. Why y'all are talking negative already? They ain't even played. Now if Dak get out, I'm a Dak apologist. Y'all call me right now. If he fucked this up, I would agree with y'all. But this is a good thing for a Cowboy fan. Why y'all on here already talking negative? That shit crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's not about us talking negative, Junkie. It's about we've already seen
it's almost like y'all wishing the shit fuck up already, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is why I call all y'all haters.
No,
we just expect it.
Well, you supposed to okay, I understand living in reality and just speaking how you feel. Everybody got entitled to their opinion. I'm not mad at y'all for that. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm just saying the dude went out and got the receiver. They drafted Tyler Booker. Y'all say y'all wanted the trenches, right? A lot of y'all. They went got Tyler Booker. They got an edge.
Yeah, I love that pick. That was my favorite pick.
So they doing all right. But all y'all on here talking about, they ain't gonna do shit. They gonna like that's crazy to me as a fan. I don't understand how you can do that, bro. You know what I mean? I just
let me say this. Let me say this, Junkie. It's because we've seen this story with Dak. This is not the first time Dak has had two top receivers, bro. This is not the first time he's had a running game. This is not the first time he has an offensive line. And everything shows up with him when the pressure mounts. So to us, or I would say for me, he's proven to me that he cannot even handle a Madden team. Because he's had that before we picked up GP. When we got Cooks, what was y'all saying when we first got Cooks? Y'all was just speaking just like y'all speaking now when we got Cooks. But when it didn't work, when it did,
don't say y'all, because you ain't nowhere on the internet you can find a receipt of me saying that shit. So don't say y'all.
I say the Dak Slurpees then. How about that? Because
he's a Dak fan. It's all right, man.
They was bigging up Cooks when we first got him in 2023. But since what happened this past season, he wasn't no good, and the Dak Slurpees was begging for another number two. To us or to me, we've seen it, bro. We just don't believe he's going to get it done. That's all it is.
Yeah, you got a right to believe that, bro. I ain't trying to change your mind or sway your opinion. You got a right to feel how you want to feel. But as a Cowboy fan, they making good moves, bro. It seems like y'all over here celebrating the loss already. That shit crazy to me.
But the Junkie, that sounds like you didn't listen to what we were saying.
We've seen it before,
bro.
Y'all mind if I intervene?
Let that delusional go respond to that.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We're not saying they're not making good moves, but we're saying we've seen it before, and he didn't do nothing. He cracked the bag. We'll revisit this in January, and then you come back and say, now I understand what they're saying. Hey, but tell Angry Cowboy fine why he blocked me. He don't like my comments on Dr. Moore.
He don't like me. I don't know. Angry, he be getting a little emotional.
I'd like to intervene on this because I understand where he's coming from. The reason why a lot of Cowboys fans are kind of in a negative mindset is because we've seen time and time over again where we get some good teams on talent lined up, and Dak just seems to not have a good day when it matters. And it's not that he has to, go Patrick Mahomes in a big game. I just want him to manage the damn game to where he's not a liability. I want him to do enough to win the game. And it doesn't mean he has to have elite stats. I just want him to execute. That's the key word. Execute. And as far as the move goes, I'm a Bulldogs fan. This is the first Bulldog we have on the Cowboys, so I'm pretty ecstatic about that. So, and I know what he did in Georgia. This guy is a hell of a route strong guy. You could throw a deep ball to him, he'll go up and get it. We've already seen him make some really acrobatic catches for the Steelers. Some OBJ kind of catches. So he'll be great.
Can I say this? Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah.
All right. Can I say this? Okay. I ain't the type. Y'all, everybody that know how I get down, I don't block nobody, bro. So I don't know what that other stuff. Angry his own person, so I can't speak for Angry. But y'all know me. I let y'all come up here and say whatever the hell y'all want to say. I won't be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like this though, right? All y'all can have your own opinion, but you have to agree on this. Ain't no more doubling CD, bro. That's over. That's up. That's over. Bro. You know what I'm saying? That's over.
What'd you say about TD? You kind of went out.
Yeah, you're going in.
No one's gonna double CDs. He said.
You can't play Dallas the same like next year as the way you played them the year before, bro. Yeah. You have to honor that man. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Dak Prescott go out here and choke it up, bro, I will agree with y'all. But I'm not gonna be up here celebrating before the season like, oh, he gonna mess up. Oh, it's like you praying on a person's downfall, bro. It's like you want
junkie.
It's like you want him to fail so y'all can get up here and say,
no, that's not what we're saying, bro. We're not.
I guarantee, hey, junkie, I guarantee you, every hater of Dak wants to be proven wrong, and he keeps not doing that. I want to be proven wrong. I was proven wrong about Stetson Bennett for my Bulldogs, and I stepped up and admitted that. I'd love to do the same for Dak. We don't believe he'll ever do it, though. That's the
All right, let me ask you a question. I don't know who that is. I don't recognize that voice, but let me ask you a question.
Matt Burke.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him, I don't think. But let me ask you a question, right? So if that, what does Dak Prescott have to do for y'all to say say the season just ended, right? What has to happen for it to be like, okay, it was cool. He you know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you.
Does it have to be a Super Bowl? So if you don't win a Super Bowl,
no.
So what?
No, get to the NFC Championship game.
Hold on.
Absolutely.
I'll give it to you. Junkie.
In the drought.
Because I gotta get going.
We paid you for it.
Well, let's say this one thing. To answer your question, Junkie, all Dak has to do, all right, is just forget going to the NFC Championship. I don't think it's possible this year to do that, okay? Just because new coach and everything, new players, there's a lot of moving pieces. He can go 8-9. Okay, he can go 8-9. But what I want to see is in games when it comes down to a decision he makes, it's not the one that cripples us. If he can eliminate that part from his game on a consistent basis, and we're not looking at just padding stats like people talk about, I'm fine with it. I've told you before, all he has to be is as good as Rich Gannon, and he's physically more talented than Rich Gannon. That's all he has to do. Play that level of football, make those kinds of decisions, and with the talent he has at receivers, the rest should be golden. If he can do that,
for me, it's read progressions and spreading the ball with this receiver.
That's what Gannon did, dude. But that's what Rich Gannon did. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell me Gannon was physically more talented than Dak Prescott. That's not true.
Yeah.
But Dak doesn't want to do the homework, man. At least he hasn't shown it so far. I mean, he comes in this year and he fixes that problem, and all of a sudden does something different, a tweak to his game, and he all of a sudden can understand what the defenses the Eagles are going to be running, because that's the defense that they incorporated from the Broncos that has been beating him all over the league. If he figures that out, then good.
And another is attack some zone defenses. Stop relying on just man coverage defenses. That's easy for a quarterback. You're just relying on your.
Hey, let me read this comment, y'all, real quick from Paul. Was it Rockmore?
Yeah.
He was addressing K, man. We all have an opinion, but results are what matters. I just want to see how Dak does with the full team around him, such as Jalen Hurts. Dak has already had a full team around him. See, that's our thing.
See, there y'all go, man. That's in the past, though. Why? So he didn't win, bro. You don't. It's 32 teams in the NFL. All of them ain't gonna win, bro. It's Hall of Famers. They won no Super Bowl. Like, come
No,
on,
that's
bro.
not it. That's no,
Hey,
bro.
y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro, because I know how a lot of y'all is, man. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna get out here balling, and y'all gonna bitch up because y'all want him to lose, bro. I ain't said all y'all, but a lot of people in the Cowboy community want the dude to fail, bro. They want him to fail.
I will go
on win though. Ball in the regular season or ball in the playoffs?
Hey, man, this dude right here, he be on my chat. He cool as hell. I got respect for dude, but his name is Dak Prescott hater. What are you talking about, bro? His name is that the biggest Dak Prescott hater. So how can you tell me some people don't want him to fail, bro? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That don't even make sense.
I don't want him to fail. I actually want him to prove it wrong.
No, I hate his game. I hate his game. I hate his game. And
JB
fixes
was
that,
a big Dak
different
fan,
call.
man. I should argue with
Tell
JB
him
all
like
the time.
delusional. I just told Derek that me and you used to go at it about that.
I'll be ecstatic if Dak go ahead and balls out like you're claiming he would be, but he ain't gonna do it because we have a record.
See, that's what I'm
showing
saying
that he
right
doesn't do
there.
that.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What?
You're already thinking
You're a
negative.
creature of habit, Jungle.
His
Just like you're a creature of habit. We're all creatures of habit.
When y'all expect us to think Dak gonna do something, it's like y'all expect a turtle outrun a rabbit. We know the nature of the game.
Well,
no, I just know what I hear and I know what I see, bro. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm saying a lot of people want dude to fail, bro. And I can see it, I can hear it in their tone, I can hear it in their voice. Y'all got a whole panel up here. I ain't heard nothing positive. It's all negative.
Really? So you didn't hear about us talking about the draft picks?
No,
you didn't hear any of that? Okay, all right. I'm just asking. Go ahead and play the tape back later.
When we say things positive about Dak, y'all say, "Oh no, he can do it any receiver." We say no. He need a route runner receiver. He don't need a possession receiver. Dak got one of those active balls in the NFL.
Listen, bro. Let me tell y'all something, man.
I got
I think a lot of y'all can vouch for this, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Bro. No problem. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? When you say y'all, don't put me in that y'all category. Put me in the junkie category.
All right, junkie.
Because
I'm
different in a lot of content creators, bro. I let y'all say whatever the fuck y'all want to say, bro. I don't block my. Hey, Dak Delusional, how many times have me and you disagree?
Yeah, you don't block me, but can I ask you a question, man?
I let everybody say what they want to say. JB, the Cowboy fan, the biggest hater, and I helped him set up this shit right here. Am I lying, JB?
Hey, bro, man, you know he ain't got no problem. I come on your side all the time.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to make it a point that I don't care about your opinion. That's not my issue. Like, I just want people to be like just not be so negative all the time. You know, that's
the thing, though, man. Y'all act like that's the thing about a lot of the
Dak fans. That y'all shit again. He go with that y'all shit.
Because you're doing the same thing, man. Here's the thing: the Dak fans want to act like the past absolutely just doesn't matter. It's a new year. Dak can somehow be a miracle player, and we don't just we can't think like that, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we
but
can't just think good vibes based off of bad play we've seen. I'm sorry.
All right, John, can I ask you a question?
I said you're supposed to, but look how you start that.
Junkie,
what the hell does that mean? He played for the Cowboys. Bro, if Dak get traded today, I'm not going to fucking keep up with Dak Prescott. I'm a Cowboy fan, and he's the Cowboys quarterback. So what do you mean a Dak fan? See, you already you're separating us. You're separating us. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody told me the other day, your Cowboys. What you mean, my Cowboys? Aren't you a Cowboy fan? Like, what you mean, Dak fans? I don't understand that, bro. What do you mean?
Because I think that there's a lot, and you're not all right. You're a Cowboy fan, okay, but there's a lot of Dak fans that put their fandom of Dak over the team.
Right.
If Baker Mayfield comes to the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow, I'm gonna be a Baker Mayfield fan.
Well, I just wanted to say this. I wanted to say this to you, Sports Junkie. Let me tell you, I've already said, man, I think that what Schottenheimer and everybody's been doing this season, and I'm somebody that was critical of Brian Schottenheimer. I think he's done a pretty good job so far.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm critical of Dak. I hope he does well, man. I hope that he makes me look just like Brian Schottenheimer. I want both of those people to make me look so bad, it's not even funny. And I do hope. And the thing is, it's Dak. I feel like, Derek mentioned it. Rich Gannon was a 4th-round pick too. He was a backup for many years before he balled out late in his career. So maybe Dak could do the same thing. Do I think he's going to? Personally, I don't think he's going to because I've already seen it happen. But I do want him to because at this point, we've invested a lot of time and money into him. So I just want to say I do wish him the best, but I just don't expect it. That's all.
Yeah. The expectations for Dak is low. For me, I would say for myself, and a lot of, real, I would say Cowboy fans, the expectations are low. It's not that we hate him or we discount him or the expectations, I know for myself, I have high expectations for Dak Prescott. And he can't meet them for nothing, bro. He can't meet those expectations.
I get it. Hey, JB, you know me and you know I rock with you. Me and go back and forth. And everybody know I don't agree with nothing you say. You know what I'm saying? but when I say I be talking as a group, but I don't mean it as a group. I know everybody not a hater of Dak Prescott. But the people that I be calling haters is the one that say, oh, Cooper Rush should be the starter and like this type of shit. Like, bro, ain't no way in the world Cooper Rush is the better quarterback than Dak Prescott. That make me feel like
it's not about the better quarterback. It's about the one that executes.
The team plays better with Cooper Rush. You look at the games, the team plays better with Cooper Rush.
Hold on, Frankie. Hold on. We can't hear.
I don't think that Dak Prescott. Sorry.
I
don't think that
was Cooper Rush the better quarterback. No, but did he execute? Yes, that's what I want. I want my quarterback to execute. I don't care about stats. That is not my win. And I see a lot of Dak fans that celebrate the big stat sheet of a close loss to the Eagles, but then when they look at Cooper Rush's stat sheets against like the Bengals, the Rams, whoever, they hate him because his stats were low, even though he got the win.
All right, now who's that talking again? I'm driving. Who's that?
This is Matt Burke.
Matt Burke. Check this out. You right and you wrong at the same damn time. Let me tell you why, bro. What you're saying is that he run the offense better. Okay, cool. I might somewhat agree with you, but the playbook is slimmed down when it cut. You don't got the whole playbook open. When Cooper Rush get in the game, they run. We go down and get 20 catches, 25.
No, they open the playbook up for Cooper Rush.
Nah, stop it. See, that's what I'm talking, bro. We can't even. You're not even having a conversation in good faith, bro. Because you know that's not true, homie. You know that's not true.
But he proved it though.
So they open the whole playbook for Cooper Rush.
Well, I don't.
Stop it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Hey, listen, bro. If we're gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation in good faith.
When did Jerry Jones or
I was offering you my perspective of why I wanted Cooper Rush.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the Dak Prescott hater right here that said he opened the book for Cooper Rush and not Dak Prescott. Stop it, bro.
When did they? Okay, when did Callum or McCarthy say they dumbed down the playbook for Cooper Rush?
No, you don't have to tell me. I watched the game. When Dak Prescott in the game, they don't even run Rico Dowdle. The moment he don't play, Rico Dowdle got 20 catches. Go look up the stats.
Because they're not behind. They're not behind. He's not throwing 2 interceptions.
All right. Okay. I got you.
You can't run the ball when Dak throws 2 interceptions. Put you behind.
Okay. All right. I feel you.
Yeah. I mean, he was a game manager, but we won with him.
I feel you. So
we want to do that with Dak, but
so Dak delusional would rather have Cooper Rush as his quarterback thanDak Prescott. Get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here.
Well, if you're talking about for the money side of it, then yeah.
I don't
But the
care
thing
nothing
is,
about no money. I don't care nothing about no money.
I'm talking about the execution of the quarterback playing the game. When Cooper Rush play, he looked like a real quarterback. When Dak play, everything is a struggle. Like what's going on?
Cooper Rush it's 32 teams in the league. Why other 31 teams didn't pick him up and say make him their starter?
Cooper Rush. See, I don't care what the other 32 teams did.
No. These are people that study the game. All these GMs around the league. Why ain't nobody pick him up and make him a starter?
I'm saying how he looked playing in the Cowboys offense.
The Ravens picked up Cooper Rush
as
their backup, and he's not going to start over Lamar. That's just how it is.
But it's 31 teams. No team want him to be their starter.
So he's a system QB.
What's
the problem with that?
Nothing. I'm not down in Cooper Rush, bro.
I'm saying Cooper Rush run the Cowboy offense better than that. I'm not talking about the other 31 teams.
It's what
All right.
Cooper Rush can and can't do. Like I said, even Dak Prescott, there are certain offenses that Dak Prescott can run. And I will say that Schottenheimer, the type of offense that he runs, does actually suit Dak Prescott better. But Dak Prescott can't run the RPO. He can't do the big air raid offense thing at the
Right.
same level as some of these. That's who he is.
Right. The
He
only
has limitations.
yeah, and
But
see, I can be objective, right? This is what I'll say about that pickup with George, right? Like that Prescott is not a route running, get separation type receiver. So he's more of a 50-50 throw the ball up, I go get it type of player. So Dak don't be doing stuff like that. So George Pickens is like a 50-50 ball player. He's almost like a Dez Bryant. He ain't no route runner, get separation type. Like that ain't his game. So in this situation, I kind of scared about that because Dak really don't be. That's the problem he had with Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant was balling with Romo. He was balling with Romo because Romo throw the ball and let Dez go get it. Dak don't really release the ball and let a person go get it. So I do kind of like agree with y'all on that. You see how I can be objective? You see what I'm saying? See, I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, when Dak have a messed up game, I blast his ass. Go look at my channel. Go look at it. You can. The receipts is there. So I bomb on him just like I praise him. He a quarterback, and I'm gonna tell you one more thing before I go. Right?
Well, I'm glad you can hold him accountable.
Yeah, it's on my channel. This ain't just talking. You know what I'm saying? You can go look for yourself, right? And I'm about to come back because I was in retirement, I was in hibernation, but y'all woke up the beast. Now I'm back on YouTube. I'm about to come back and I'm flaming all you motherfuckers. Hey, check this out. Hey, because I was trying to. I got this other channel I just started. I'm trying to build it. I was trying to build it while the Dallas Cowboys season was off. But check this out, right? This is the type of fan I am. When they was trying to hire Shotty, I did a whole video on it. I did not want that hire. I did not want them to hire Shotty. I hated it.
Me neither.
I didn't hate
Me
it.
neither.
But
Me neither.
This is Jason Garrett 2.0 higher than me.
Yeah. So once they
I thought
hired
he was even worse. I thought he was Dave Campo 2.0.
yeah, right. But once they hired him, he now the Dallas Cowboy coach, and then I could do about it. I ain't got no choice but to get behind the man. Same thing with Dak Prescott. I ain't got no choice but to hope he do better. That's all I could do. I ain't gonna make no YouTube channel just blasting him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that, bro.
I am. Hey, let me hold up,
And I am.
Before you dip, let me read this comment from DC Big Osa. What's up, y'all? So Junkie, let's say that you are right about the playbook being limited for Dak. What does that say? Limited for Cooper Rush. What does that say about Dak Prescott as a starting quarterback in this league?
It says that they got more faith in him to open the whole playbook to Dak Prescott than they did in the Cooper Rush. That's almost like a common sense question. I don't know if that was you know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you got a starting quarterback and he got the whole playbook to his disposal, and when he go out, they limit the playbook for another quarterback. What does that say? They don't have as much faith in this quarterback. They just gonna run the ball. That's what it says.
You think they limited the playbook for Cooper Rush and not that?
I don't think they limited it. I know they limited. What you talking about? I don't think I know.
So why did the offense look better with Cooper Rush?
Steve Young himself said after the 2022 Bengals game, Cooper Rush's first start, he said that Dak Prescott could learn a thing or two from Cooper Rush on read progressions. That's from a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah. And earlier, my son taught me something, and my son 13. So you can learn from anybody. You can learn from a baby. What that mean?
Well, no offense to you, and I don't mean any disrespect to your son here, but he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No, I wasn't talking about football when I referenced my son. I was saying you can learn from anybody. Of course, Dak Prescott can learn some stuff from Cooper Rush. I ain't never said he couldn't.
I'd be happy if Dak decided to do a training camp with Kurt Warner.
Exactly. I wouldn't be against that. That wasn't my point. I'm talking about you can learn from anybody. You no matter what, is it sports or it could be something else, and you can learn from anything. You know what I mean? So of course, I think he can learn from him. I think he learned a lot from Kellen Moore, and he was better than him. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm not against that. I think he learned a lot from. What was the other dude? Was it Kittner? Yeah, Kittner. I think he learned a lot from Kittner. And he was better than Kittner, so I don't disagree with that. I'm all for that.
Yeah. So I mean, this is it for you though. I mean, if it's year 10, Dak Now he gets a new weapon, arguably a wide receiver 1, solid wide receiver 2 territory. He's got CD, he's got Jay Ferg. He's got a committee running back system with a new guy. If he can't look good with this offense, I mean, is that it for you? I mean, is that your limit? What's your limit?
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to tell you my limit right now. If Dak Prescott go out there and he's the reason we lose, if he balling and we lose, I can't put that on him. If he's if he's the reason we lose, I'm going flame his ass because I'm out here taking up for you and you go make me look like this. I'm going charcoal boil flame his ass. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna blame him, bro. If something else happened or injuries happen or something like that, I can't.
No, I'm not.
It's not gonna be perfect, Junkie.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be.
We're not
perfect,
saying
bro.
that.
I don't expect it to be perfect, man. We got Philadelphia in the same division. We got Washington in the same division. I got bets with like 8 people right now that they go to playoffs, and all them people that I bet that we go to their playoffs, they ducking and hiding right now because they scared. They scared. You know what I'm saying? And now I was against the draft. I was team weapons in the draft. But now I'm kind of okay with the draft because now we got Tyler Booker, and I didn't know that they was gonna make this move right here. I was pushing for Keenan Allen because I didn't think they was gonna do nothing. But this right here is a solid move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it takes all the excuses off the board for all these fanboys as y'all call them, these Glazers, these Dackaronis.
We could be the first division that has all playoff teams this year.
Giants ain't going to no playoffs, man.
They had a hell of a draft. They probably had the best draft in the division.
Oh yeah, Russell Wilson over there too, huh? Russell Wilson over there.
Yeah. Then they just drafted the quarterback.
The only thing too is I don't understand. Maybe y'all can help me out with this because I don't understand this.
Well,
Jerry Jones is not. Jerry Jones got Pickens. I think Pickens got 1 more year left on his contract, and he's gonna be wanting big. He gonna be wanting big money. So you got big money to CD. Is this a 1-year rental or what is this? Like, what is this?
Well, I've heard rumors they might be trying to trade Trayvon Diggs. I was hearing someone say maybe the Chiefs. We may try and move Diggs. I don't know.
But we worried about this year.
I heard they might go get. I heard Cooper is still up in the talks too. Hey, what wide receiver we gonna keep? We can't have all these wide receivers, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Amari talk was just media crap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was ever going to come back. And honestly, and no offense to Amari, I wouldn't want him to come back. He's not the same player he was back in 21. He has regressed drastically.
The reason I would think Amari. The reason I would like Amari to come back right now, because he don't got to come back as a number 1 or a number 2. See, what people fail to realize, CD is an elite receiver, but in my opinion, CD is better in the slot. He play outside receiver, but he better in the slot. So
he reminds me of Cooper Kupp. You can run him in the slot and at the perimeter. And I think that makes a receiver really dangerous when you can line him up in both.
Yeah, so what if they did bring Amari back, put him on the left, Pickens on the right, and throw CD back in his in that slot? I think that's dangerous, man. I think that's top 5 offense, bro.
Well, you also even if we didn't bring Amari back, we also have Jalen Tolbert and Kevontae Turpin in the slot.
Yep.
Going with Pickens and CD. I mean, Dak really has been set up pretty well, at least offensively on the weapons and the protection.
I'm good. If we don't make no more new moves on offense, I ain't got no excuses on the offense side of the ball. So now we got to just go over there and get us a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna come on here and flame all y'all. Hey, what's his name? Mark. His name Mark.
Matt Burke.
Matt. My bad. I didn't mean it. I thought it was.
No, you're good, man.
Matt. Hey, you ask JB. I got a memory like an elephant, bro. I'm flaming your ass, bro. Hey, JB. Hey, tell him, bro. Not in a bad way, but I'm calling out. It's corrupt season over here.
I welcome it. I welcome it.
Hey, I'm not tired, man. I gotta cut this, bro. I've been on for 3 hours, man. I gotta.
Well, before he goes,
everybody get their last little.
In 21 when
everybody get their last little thought, man. I'm gonna have to get up out of here. Go ahead, man. Give your last thought on everything.
I'm a Bulldogs fan. When 2021 happened, I wanted Stetson Bennett benched. My coach didn't do that. All the Stetson fans Kept rooting for him. I was wrong. He won the championship. I admitted it. I had days planned me until next Sunday. Go ahead. I welcome it.
Mm-hmm.
I welcome it. I want to be wrong.
All right,
I'm sick of being right.
Go ahead with yours, bro.
I think it's going to be about shoddy ball, running the ball. It's going to come down to the same thing. They're going to stop the run and say, Dak, you beat us with your arm, and it's not going to happen. It's going to be excuses made in 2026 in January for why Dak couldn't do it. He's going to need something else he didn't have, but he got everything.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
All right,
You're a hater though. That's cool. That's you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Now we're gonna hold you to the fire too. If he doesn't get
right.
it done this year, and he was the liability, you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm done with Dak. I'm done with the excuses."
Yeah. JB know me, man, and he know I don't duck no smoke, homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one started this. I'm the one started this. Put the link in the chat. Hey, don't forget that. Hey, listen, check this out, right? hey. Yeah, but I think if the Jerry Jones, I can't, cause I be flaming Jerry Jones, so I can't be making no videos about Jerry Jones and getting no help. You know what I'm saying? I gotta refrain from that. But I gotta go, man. Hey, but check this out. If y'all be watching the Indiana Fever, that girl Caitlin Carr be out there balling, bro. Y'all go head over there to my other channel, subscribe to it, Courtside Junkie. You know what I'm saying? Cause I be going in over there trying to build that up. You know what I'm saying? Before I come back and start flaming all you haters on Sports Junkie channel. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But hey, JB, y'all salute. Thanks for having me, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks, man.
Hey, nice motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, let me tell you this before you go. Oh, he done dip.
Nah, I ain't dip. I hear you.
Hey, man, you should check your peoples in your chat, bro. They will kick you out just for disagreeing. You know what I'm saying? With the thoughts or about Dak. If you don't agree with it, if I come on your shit and they see that I don't agree with you, they just kick me right out, bro. Check them on that, man.
Yeah, man, they're my bodyguards, bro. They're my shooters, man. Y'all be trying to jump me, bro. We ain't having all that jumping. All
right, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here.
Have a good night. Have a good night, Junkie.
Hey, yo, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for hosting, JB. We appreciate it.
No problem, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to talk about this, man, because this acquisition with GP, man. I think it's a good acquisition, but like I'm saying, I just don't trust Dak Prescott, man. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I'm sorry. All right, y'all, man. I appreciate it. I'm up out of here, man.
Good seeing you, Jack Delusional.
What's up?
Have a good night.